Big up, big up, big up, and welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. Whew. It's a good day, people. It is a good day to be a Red. I am just finishing up from being on the Steam panel of Mr. Quasi Bold TV in the house. If you don't know, you better recognize. Definitely coming out from the Bay like E40. And yeah, it was a good sesh. We ended up speaking on a lot of different terms, a lot of different topics, and it was interesting as well. Some of the perspectives that the chat had, some of the perspectives that the panel had. Um, it was a good place to be though, because despite the fact that we all didn't have the same opinions, we still had the decorum to be able to, vocalize them, respect each other, and really get a good conversation going. So that's really, really cool to see and important to be a part of. And on a day that has us all top of the league, that is, if you are a Red. And yeah, good day today. Got to see the Red Devils lose. Always a good thing to see that happen. Got their coach talking about how this team is one of the worst team. His team is one of the worst teams in the league. Have at it. And how this new coach has lost more games than the last coach. Just keeps the hits keep on coming, right? The hits just keep on rolling out. So yeah, it is a good one to be a part of. It's a Sunday. Obviously, we're going to talk about the game yesterday, do a review, possibly get into some ratings. I believe the brethren are going to be joining as well. Might have some actual surprise guests be a part of it today, so should be really cool to see. Oh, okay, definitely, Redbird. Good to see you. See you with the crew here. Hope that you and your family are doing well, and yeah, I definitely appreciate the fact that you even show some love by just stopping in. If you can stay, cool. If you can't, understandable. It's just the sheer fact that you did stop by, maybe even hit the like or drop a comment later on, watching a replay or something like that. You know that there's always a place for you here, Redbird. So always a good place. There's always a place for any of our Reds here, and that's how I see it. You know that our channel does a little bit different perspective when it comes to the love that we show for each other and the places that we try to have and hold. But this episode's going to be a very fun one. There might be a little bit of a let him cook style sessions or segments in this one. But yeah, we will get it going on for sure, and hopefully you will be a part of that conversation when we do get it in with the brethren on the panel, as they always come correct each and every time. Definitely, right, bro. There's no way that I even question the fact that you have been definitely always. You're a day one. You're definitely a day one. So appreciate that, big brother. Big up, my brother. Big up, my brother. So again, let's get into it, people. Let's really get into it. A lot of results to talk about. Our own result to talk about. Norm got to go. Norm was at the game. Big up, Norm. Norm was at the game. I know Norm was a part of the crew, a part of the traveling Reds that were screaming and chanting out Darwin, Nunez. I'm sure, because what an absolute incredibly blessed moment he got to see. It was just like, if you're not entertained, I don't know what entertainment is on your on your radar, but he definitely got some instant entertainment towards the end of that game. So nice. Darwin had to do it twice, pretty much. So big up, Norm. Big up to Abdul in the house. Big up, Abdul. Hope that you're well. Blessings as always. Definitely. Definitely. Much love. We are definitely love to hear, Norm, if you are with us still, Norm, definitely tell us what it was like in with the traveling supporters, what it was like in the crowd. I know I heard at least, and you can definitely confirm this. Um, I heard that that basically Brentford was doing I'm not going to use the expletive, but you are the crap, Andy Carroll something chant or whatever that they are doing, and you'll have to tell me what you were saying back to them, because I heard that you guys did have a chant to go to kind of you know go back and forth with those that were trying to say that, and I know that Darwin got on the pitch and basically said, "Hold that," to those that were calling him such. This guy continues to make us proud, make us proud. Oh, okay. So you sang it back to him. You sent back to them. Got you. Got you. Okay, that's cool, Norm. That's cool. We need to come up with we need to come up with possibly like a good chant that we can when they do sing that, or if they do sing that, because you know how the rivals or even neutrals like to get. We can maybe have a chant to go back at them. I am putting it out there that I want to that I think that we can possibly start to get the. We'll have to speak I guess speak to DJ Khaled, but maybe get that maybe get the all I do is Darwin, because that's what he gets us, people. He gets us those wins. So this put your hands up. Put your hands up. Big up, big up, big up. Oh my goodness, what a day, what a day. But yeah, I would like to see us like definitely continue to take this momentum, make it really count. It's one of the few times that we've had this happen, by the way, where we've gotten some definitely favorable outcomes from we've gotten some favorable outcomes from our, I guess you could say, contenders in the game right now. In that we got to see Arsenal, who was obviously the preseason favorite for the title, um, uh, uh, basically drop points against the villains, and very big time. They ended up having a 2-0 lead going into that game, and then I guess maybe they waited for all of us to like tune, or wait, at least some of us, at least for myself, to tune in, because when I did get the back to seeing it, was a little bit this I a little fallen chest, or just a little bit like you know demotivated to get in watching Arsenal possibly get a 2-0 win against at home at the Emirates against the villains. But it was definitely some great settings to see when I saw. I think we were live when I saw Tillemans score the that goal, and then I was like, maybe, but we don't want to test. We don't want to test the soccer gods out there, as I've heard some people reference. And then when they tied it up, I remember even Pops was like, "Hey, it's too soon. Lot of game to play. Lot of game to play." And I was like, "You're right. Let's calm down. Because I was hyped. I was certainly hyped." And then obviously for them to hold on and get that draw, it meant that, hey, this is an opportunity. We had already shown the fact that we'd won our game, but now this was an opportunity to that we obviously didn't have to meet. We had already set the bar, and obviously Arsenal this time was unable to meet that bar of expectations, and thus we pushed that lead that could have been a slim lead if they had won that game, now to 6 points, game in hand. It's really great to see about like the cases of the fact we have a league right now where I don't know about you, but not many of us, I'm sure, realistically, and I get it, one game at a time. I'm with you with that, Norm. But realistically, I don't think anyone really had Nottingham Forest as being in this race. I'm not saying that there are necessarily title contenders, but if you're looking at the table and you're looking at what they're doing this year, you're looking at how they've gotten results against the top team in the league, aka us, and how they continue to get results and play their form of football. More power to them, and all credit due. But all we have to do is continue to focus on what we have at hand, much like Norm just said, one game at a time. But foremost, have it where we continue to just keep movement progressively going forward, movement progressively being in our favor of getting players, not only keeping players healthy, but also getting and keeping players in form. So that's my my true real mindset of where I want to um, keep a lot of what we're seeing go on in this title run. And it's good to say, not many people had us in the title run period. Not many of us had, not a lot of people out there even had us winning the title. You know, so it is a situation that I hope that my some of us that did are proven right, and those of us that are getting on this bandwagon, um, hey, I hope that you find a seat, and I hope that we can definitely get to this end, this finish line together. We have actually now Brian joining us as well. Brian was on the panel on Quasi's show, by the way, too. So big up, big up. Appreciate the fact that he's with us here today. How you doing, Brian?
Yeah, pretty good. I don't know what kind of links you have or whatever, but the boys are saying send them the link for
Okay,
this
okay.
with Azubi and whatever. I don't know how,
I got
but
you.
anyway, you were just saying send on the link kind of
I
thing.
will. I will. I will. I'll send them. Like,
Yeah. And
I'll
Quasi,
I'll make. I'll be able to like. What I'll
send
do
it
is,
to Quasi and he can send it to the boys or whatever.
yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because yeah. Um, I'm going to also do that as we speak. But as we speak, I'll do that. But yeah, give us what your thoughts were, man. Give us how you're feeling. Saw Red Devils today. We saw the Red Devils lose, and they couldn't call on whether it's rat or mouse, whatever of the rodent kingdom. They couldn't call on their 12th man.
Oh, Mank Mouse. I think we're calling it Mank Mouse.
Oh, okay, they're Mighty Mouse.
Mank Mouse.
Okay,
Mank Mouse, yeah.
okay.
That's what we're calling it, yeah. Either that or Bruno Jr.
Bruno Jr. Okay, all right, all right. Tell
Yeah,
us what you're feeling. How you feeling? I'm gonna get this to Quasi.
sure, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna get this to
Yeah.
Zabiri as you give us your thoughts.
Yeah, it's on the game exactly kind of what I felt we were going to get. Real tough game. And hi Abdul, hi Dara, hi Norm, everyone. Um, they were in Waymo, that guy, man. He was scaring me at the start. Get
Mm,
Simi early on a yellow. Oh, here we go. Thought Simi did brilliant after that. We were worried. But it is what it is, and he dealt with it. He did a great job. Red, how are you, mate? And they were tearing us open down that side a little bit. I was real worried about the chance after chance, a few times, balls across the box. They looked real dangerous. And that game was drifting. That game was absolutely drifting. We were piling on the pressure a little bit, but it was still drifting. And
mm,
then, as we spoke about earlier on, Darwin just popping up with just like we were saying, two strikers goals. Just two uncomplicated, middle of the box, where you want to be, where you need to be, bang, finish. We didn't need to it didn't have to be something spectacular. It was just get in the middle, get the ball to him, and we finally opened them up. Finally. I mean, Chiesa, again, I've never seen a player that can get into a game so quickly. I
mm,
just don't know if it's just me, if I'm overemphasizing or overthinking, but I've never seen a player, especially for us, that can come off a bench so red hot. Like that guy, it's just within moments he's on the ball. Like every time he's come on, because we've only got to see him come on. Um, every time he comes on, within a couple of minutes, he's either dribbled past somebody, run at somebody, had a shot, or tried to do something.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's yeah, I think we missed the kind of the bit we were saying, but he was involved in that Darwin goal. He takes it on the right, cuts in, tries his shot, or looked like he's going to try a shot, passes it off.
Hmm.
Brilliant. It was like the Simi and Jota thing from the last game. Two subs come on, combining, breaking it open. So huge relief. I think, yeah, Red is saying it's natural. It is. It's you can just see that it's natural ability with that kid. He doesn't need time to get into it. It's just
Hmm.
I know what football is. Give me the ball. This is grass. That's another player. I will beat him. I've been doing this my whole life, lads.
Hmm.
I think that's what I just love that about Chiesa. There's no kind of he's only got 10 minutes. He's like, I've only got 10 minutes. Give me the ball. I'll make something happen.
Hmm.
Really, really
Agreed.
good. Great energy from him.
Agreed.
And like I said yesterday, this was one of those wins. Wasn't just 3 points. This wasn't just 3 points. This was a not a statement win to the rest of the league. Forget the rest of the league. I think this was a momentum win for the club, for the team, to say this is going our way now. We can kind of claim not we can use this as a point in the season where this is when it turned back around. We had our little bad patch. Everybody was stroking their chins when they're are Liverpool really? Are they really? And then we need to this it's like when you in golf if you hit a tee shot on a par three and you knock it to within 2 feet. That's a brilliant shot. But it's only a
Hmm.
brilliant shot if you make the putt, right? So
Hmm.
what I mean by that is this is big, but it's only big if we win our next Premier League game.
Yeah,
You
this
have to
only
then
counts.
take
This only
if
counts
you
if
step
we take
back,
take
yeah, if
advantage
you
of
go
it.
one step forward,
Definitely.
2 steps back, no, it's killed it. So you need to take it now and go, right, that was our bad patch. Now we're going to go.
Right.
Now we're back in the groove.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Yeah, it's something that we have to we. It's why I was saying that we had the unique fortune, I guess, to play our game early, to get what we needed to get done, put the pressure on our opponents or our competition or the contenders that are trying to make this into a title race with us. We at least got it to the point where, okay, if we're gonna play this game of chess, well, how about this? Let's put you into check, you know, and see how you continue to try to uh, put us into a position where we would have to, overcome whatever circumstances we have to overcome. But but we were fortunate that that wasn't the case for us this time, as in we were able to really um, get it done and properly so. I think definitely properly so. What was that your feel good? What was your feel good moment? You know how we always like to say that's something that I like to ask. What was your feel good moment yesterday?
Hmm. Oh, well, it would have to, yeah, I suppose it would have to be the not the goal, not the goal, definitely not the goal, but yeah, the celebration. I mean, the game was what it was. It was a real tough game, and but there wasn't much in it. There wasn't a lot of VAR. I think there was only one VAR, maybe. There was only, I think, three yellow cards, four maybe at most. It was a nice, clean game. There wasn't a lot in it. There was no big kind of moments, right? It was kind of just chugging along.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, then Darwin scores. But yeah, it wasn't so much the goal was like we were just saying. There was nothing special. It was just the striker's goal, middle of the box, 6 yard line, tap in,
Hmm.
basically.
Hmm.
But it was yeah, it was a celebration. Definitely. Like I said, you could see like the monkey off his back, the weight off his shoulders, whatever you want to call it. you could just see like that shirt just went like, I don't know if you've ever seen the famous Prince playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps at the George Harrison tribute. And
Yeah.
at the end, he throws the guitar in the air as he walks off. You know, it's just style moment. That shirt was like 30 feet in the air. You know, that shirt didn't get thrown.
He didn't
That
he
didn't get
just
taken
threw
off.
it up.
That
He
got
just, like,
like
threw it up in the
that
air.
thing was
Yeah,
gone. That was
and he knew
yeah.
that, but he knew that he knew, I think his teammates had his back, and they would catch the kid, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, he got some good height on that. He really got some air on that. That was
Yeah,
like, see you later. That ain't coming back down. You know, that
yeah.
was pure undiluted. That was, I suppose, what they would call pure undiluted Darwin. You know, um, and you get yeah, just the whole thing. Like someone was saying earlier on, his cameo. It's like if someone that didn't know anything about Darwin say, "What's he like?" They'd just say, "Well, watch that. What was it, 25 minutes against Brentford or whatever, 30 minutes? Watch that. That's Darwin." Misses a couple, scores a couple, takes his shirt off, nearly
Mhm,
gets sent off. Just the whole smorgasbord.
mhm,
That's
mhm,
just pure Darwin. You got it all yesterday. You got all
mhm.
of it.
Yeah, and that's why, I agree. Norm was at the game, actually. Just put into the chat. He said Nunez. Let me bring it up here. He said Nunez to him looked like he was in tears after being, obviously, um, slagged off so much the by journalists, by those on the internet. Whether you're content creators or even if you're just general Reds in general, or even by obviously rivals and the likes. He's been getting a lot of abuse. You know how sometimes the internet can be a very, very difficult place to coincide with. So, um, it's a delicate time in his life right now. Um, he's expecting a child as well. His wife is pregnant. So, like, he's going through a lot of different things in his life, and he's trying to find his place, or trying to hold on to, if not find his place with this team. And I think, again, yesterday for me was when they when he scored that goal, the amount of jubilation just from him was amazing. But you could see that his teammates absolutely, absolutely love this player. Love him as a teammate. You could see how happy they were. Obviously, he had just when you win as a team. You don't win as individuals. So obviously, the sheer fact that it's a team win, that's what you can sense and tell that it was a weight lifted off all of their shoulders, because they know that they can't drop any more points. They have to win, or they have to get into that original mindset that they had early in the season of just no looking back. Let's just move forward and keep getting these 3 points. But you could see just how happy, like, Trent literally was. I forget who it was, but someone had to, like, catch him because he had dove onto the group, and they had to, like, make sure he doesn't fall on his back, because he was obviously he provided the assist too. So shout out to Trent as well, another player that's gone through a lot of different you know this and that in the press, or amongst our fan base, or amongst obviously the internet in general. There's a lot of different sensations, and the best way to get through all this is just win. I think it's just, you win. You can see a lot of all the BS, a lot of the, because we always have these negative Nancy's and these Debbie Downers out there, even amongst our own fan base, that even when we're winning, they're up there being like, yeah, but this, like, we get it. There's no perfect, perfect form of any team or any player, but you win, you can really, really, really shh the crowd. You can really, really, really bring the energy, or that negative energy, out of your space, and just fill it with the fact of, you know, I'm happy. Little Bobby McFerrin settings, and just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. We got Nolante in the house too. Big up Nolante. Big up Nolante. How you doing?
Yeah, big up 12. Big up, bro. Big up the chat. I was just reading in the chat. Again, I hope Abdul the chat. Obviously, I was just reading your stuff in the chat, Abdul. So hope you don't mind me just quickly speaking on it. Look, as Norm and Brian and Bernadette have said, like I said, it's a family here, and that's disgusting to hear that. And
I just see what happened.
just to let you know, Abdul, just for encouragement, I've had a little setback myself today for an exam that I was doing to kind of just change certain things, and it's kind of set me back, just knocked me back for six a bit. But you will get there, and I will get there. We'll all get there. And like I said, there's one love, one family. And let's say we rise and put a smile as you can see the big good old smile on 12's face is just watch Darwizzy again. Just make some people a bit upset again by his 2 goals.
Yeah. No, trust. Sometimes I didn't see what the exact situation was, but whatever you're going through, always know that it is a unique fan base that we have, in that there are those amongst it that will certainly rally to let you know that we have your back, that we're all Reds family here, and that does make and mean the world and a difference to us. And I hope that it does for you as well, because just recognize that we're all in this struggle together. So whatever it is, we wish you the best with it, and know that you are supported and definitely loved here, as well as a Red. So I was also going to say, the suggestion that Nolante made is a good one too, by the way. There's quite a few times when, even during the season or whatever, sometimes when I get down, I might, it used to be, I might, kick back and watch the Champions League final, 2005 Champions League final, or maybe I'll do something like, obviously watch the corner taken quickly and watch that Barcelona match, and just kind of get some good vibes. Maybe to watch maybe like the 5-0 or the 7-up game over Manchester United. Big up to the Red Devils in what, 14th, 13th, 15th? I don't know, 12th. I don't even know. They're on the second page, so normally I don't.
It
I don't
starts
even
with a 1, but it's not first. Put it that way.
It's not first. It's not solo. It's not solo. It's a good time to be a Red. It's a good time to be a Red, and definitely I think that sometimes some players can remind you of that. They can certainly remind you of that. And yesterday, Darwizzy brought it again. I called out a couple of the content creators. I've been very, very critical of Lawrence McKenna, for instance. Shout out to Lawrence McKenna. Definitely, I think I appreciate what Lawrence does. I appreciate the fact that he's one of the bigger names that represents us. He's on Sky Sports. He's on like different, he's on all these different platforms, and he's a very knowledgeable person, someone that I really respect and appreciate his opinions on. But I have been holding him to measure over some of his comments and some of the tact and ways that he goes about sometimes bringing out his points. Haven't been too happy with them as of late, and he knows it, because I'm the one in the comment section that when you're scrolling, you'll see like a sentence, maybe 2 or 3 sentences, and then all of a sudden you come across, who wrote this? You got to click the show more, and all of a sudden a couple of paragraphs pop up. That would be definitely Liverpool 12th man dropping a little bit of his mind for you. But yeah, it's one of those cases, man. Like I've been on this case about Mr. Little, Mr. Tom Little. I know, Brian, I know you don't like to speak on these people, but I'm gonna do my
No, this is your show. I'm just saying it's your show. I just mean on my thing.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to go down there.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, it's just like I was going to bring up the people that are like I said, Tom Little made there were some that were making that comment about like Darwizzy before, for instance, the Forest game. He made someone reminded him that Darwin it was suspended for that game, and he went as bold to say, "I'm happy that he basically said I'm happy that he's suspended. I'm glad he's not going to be there." And the likes. Give your head a wobble, Mr. Little, because that is some little man perspective, little man mentality. We need every Red on hand, on deck to fight for this title, to fight for the silverware that we're going to be competing for. And that means every Red, whether it's Darwin, whether it's Endo, whether it's Chiesa, whether it's Kwanzaa, I don't care who it is. If you're putting on that red kit, be prepared to go to war. And that's what we have to have in that perspective. And to hear him say that, I was disappointed to hear him on a big platform to say that kind of crap. Yo, man, if you're going to be saying that stuff, don't represent our club, because that's not what we do here. I'm going to say that proud and definitely loud here to say that that's not what we are. I'm not going to get into this whole top red crap or whatever you're going to possibly try to go angle towards. What I'm going to say is that we're all proper Reds here, definitely loyal and definitely Reds that want to see our team win. And that means supporting us the same way. Same way Shankly said, like if you can't support me when we draw or when we lose, don't support me when we win. That's how I see it. I'm about that life, and I'm about supporting this club, raising them up rather than pulling them down. Let's get this going on for us, and that's what we got yesterday. So I'm going to call those people out if on this channel. Sometimes I will call those people out. I know it gives them possibly some publicity that they don't necessarily need. But then again, you know what? I'm just trying to say, look, you're a Red. I hope that you can, do this whole like it's almost like Anakin. We know you're in there, Anakin. We know you're in there, Anakin. You don't have to be a part of the dark side. So that's at least my little bit of a push there. But we got the Colonel in the house too. The Colonel with all the he's got his reptiles in the back, right? I got you. Yeah. Big up. What's the name of that for? It's like a solarium. Is that what's called again? Wait, what's the environment that isn't it the environment for?
Oh yeah, so yeah, it's a terrarium, and it depends on what you put in there. You can have like a vivarium, but it's hard to make a bioactive vivarium, so I just made bioactive terrariums.
Okay.
Vivarium is when you have like live plants, but to keep the plants alive with the micro isopods that I have, it's tough to keep the plants alive. So vivarium have living plants and animals. Terrarium just have living animals.
Okay. Who knew we were going to have the Bill Nye Science Guy edition?
All right, I didn't want to come in like that because I heard your speech and I'm like, damn, now I'm going to have to be a proper Red. I wanted to be one of them top Red toxic positivity. I was labeled. I wanted to be that guy coming in, but you're like proper, so I got to put the toxic down and just keep the positivity
when I say,
only.
Can I give a little? I know I'll allow for you to continue on. I'm just saying, and remind me of proper Red is that you just show love to other Reds. That's all.
Definitely
support the community, support each other. That to me is a proper Red. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to that Liverpool or any player or parts of our community can't do things wrong. No, but if anything, I'm just saying support each other, do our best to try to like uplift each other rather than like tear each other down somewhat.
I want to say that's real quick. When you was talking and I joined, and big up everyone on the panel as well, but the chat specifically, I was following the chat because I came in and you were still talking. So I'm reading like all the comments coming in the chat, and I started laughing because I don't think I've seen a comment that I disagree with or a point or a stance that I disagree with. So as you was talking and I'm hearing you talk about like the proper Red, and I was just like, yo, your chat is dope because like mess with everything they saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everyone in the chat said, like, I'm on it. I was like, all right, okay. So all right, I might have to be a little bit positive and just leave the toxic piece. They say I'm toxic positivity. I don't know how.
No, I don't know what toxic. Yeah, no, the Colonel. Come on now. I that's the one thing, the family, the base that we've grown on this channel is a blessed one, I think, because realistically, you know, there you go and you see a lot of the other channels out there. A lot of them feed off of the negativity, feed off sometimes the clickbait, but like they feed off of the fear. I mean, obviously, you know how things work in life in general. You know, like as in what's a motivator? What's something that'll get people talking? The fear, the you know, those kinds of things. You don't have to say it's all sunshines and lollipops and everything else. No, we can.
I mean, but it is though. It is though. Top of the Champions League table, top of the Prem, still in every competition.
Hey, no, it's champagne. It's champagne settings right now.
Less than 3 players injured.
Right.
Knock on wood, but still, I mean, 12 men, 21 games in, top of everything, less than 3 players injured. I mean, it can't get no better than that. Think about it. It can't get no better than that.
Oh, it can, CB. He can, Colonel. He can. He can get a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's going on today?
There is something that can
How is it gonna get better than being at the top? What's better than the top?
Wait,
I'm just saying,
the quadruple
is like
CB.
being able to hold up 4 fingers and maybe say something.
No,
I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far.
I'm saying at 21 games in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The trophy at 21 games. Wait, you might want to win the Prem now. Is that what
we're talking about this is good now, CB, but I'm talking about I want the end product. This is relevant
to me. It will be better, but I'm just saying right now.
We've been here before. That's for me, CB. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've been told. We've done that, and what's happened? We bottled it. I'm gonna be real. We bottled it. So I'm not. I get what you're saying, CB, and I hear you. And listen, man, pick up yourself. It's been a while. Because I don't know where you've been, man. I know you've been catching fish, catching stray down in the good old USA, you know what I mean? Catching some nets out here, CB, you know what I mean? Taking vacations. You might be on holiday. I don't know where you are. Might be in Panama, Cuba, Mexico. I don't know where you've been, CB, yeah? But big up yourself. Good to see you, honestly. And Quasi as well. I like this panel, man. It's a star-studded lineup.
Yeah.
Greatness have come in the building and bless the chat off.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna put you as a star, you know, because you brought up the pain. You know, they said 12 man. We've been here before.
Yeah,
I gotta be real. Like I'm a realist.
Appreciating it. You see what I'm saying, 12? You see what I'm saying? It's like he's not appreciating it. He was like, been there, done that.
See me, listen, I appreciate life, but I'm a realist, man. Listen, you get me to the finish line, man. Yeah, get me. Let me see that certificate. You know, when you do the exams, man. Yeah, great. I want to see that certificate. I want to see that proof. Yeah. Give me that proof, and that's it, yo.
You say you want the report card at the end.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I want the report card, CV, yeah? Give me that report card, damn it. It's like, listen, in life, you know, I like Maya, man. I like Maya, so give me Maya in the flesh, yeah?
He loves him
give me that, you know, give me that sweetness in the flesh, yeah? And we'll be good. So I'm saying to CV, we're top. I get it. Because I hear you, but I want the end result. I want to see May. I'll be fine to Liverpool. We're going to Anfield. I want to be at the finish line, but I hear you, CB, and I respect it.
Yeah. Right. Shout out to Quasi Bold. Oh,
big up, man, them. Big up, man, them.
Big up, Quasi. Always. Big up. Star.
Yeah. And I mean, what did I stumble upon? I mean, is Zubairi say we should look good, kick ass, and look good while we're doing it, or you just want to just?
Oh no, Quasi. I told him it can't get no better than this because 12 was generalizing, you know, people just want nothing but sunshine. But right now, it's nothing but sunshine. We're on the top of everything.
Yeah.
But I guess I struck a nerve because man was like, man's like, yeah, we've been on this beach before with the sun, and then the hurricane came out of nowhere and blew panties away. I don't know what he's talking about, bro. I know the traumas of the past, but this moment right now, 21 games in, it's good. It's good. That's all I'm gonna say. Can't speak about what we did in the last time. It was this good, but it's good. So that's what you stumbled upon, man.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Brian, you wanted to say something? Go ahead, brother.
No, I just had a question, but it was asking. I was just saying, what's Maya? But obviously,
she's a singer. She's a singer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was the other Maya.
Some slang word.
No, not about that. No.
Yeah, I thought it was the other Maya because I was like, that's kind of bold.
No. Yeah, this is she's a
no. You know, the R&B, the Maya, the R&B singer, that Maya.
Yeah.
Nah, she's
not. That one right there. Nah.
Like,
for some reason, she don't come to mind. You know, when I hear Maya, she don't come to mind. But nah.
Oh no.
She's up
okay.
She's like she's like Sade. She's like
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, you know who that?
exactly.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'll see if he knows. Yeah, he knows. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just not the first Maya that I come to mind, but you have.
Okay, is it different? Oh yeah. Got yeah.
Big up, JK. We got JK in the house too. Yeah,
Big
great
up, JK.
panel today, people.
Bless, brothers. I hope everyone's cool. Quasi.
Big up, man. Big up. Good
Nancy.
to see you, JK.
Everyone, man.
Definitely.
All good. There gives another Maya as well. The one who did a tune with Travis Scott. It's called Young Thug. No, Franchise. Big tune.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big tune. Franchise. Maya. She's from London, actually. I think she's Sri Lankan.
Yeah, isn't that the one that sing Paper Planes? That's what I'm saying. It's not the first Maya.
Oh,
MIA.
No, that's MIA.
That's MIA. Yeah, I like her. She's
MIA ain't Maya.
Yeah.
My phonics ain't up.
Nah, she's thinking.
No, that's Maya. That's MIA. I don't think her name's Maya.
Yeah, she's more of a rapper. Like the other Maya's like an R&B sort of flow. Maya from London. She's a bit more rap, hip hop.
My man, them are so happy at the Liverpool top of the league, talking about Maya and the other MIA Maya. Life is good, man. Life is good.
That's what happens when you reach the top.
Life is good, man. Shoot.
That's right. Definitely. Yeah, we're setting. I get exactly what the Colonel was saying, in that it is a lot of like, what's the saying, like lollipops and sunshine and lollipops or something like that, or whatever. It's all like definitely good settings. What is it?
Sunshine, Lollipops, and Blue Skies. It's that song. Nobody wants me to sing it. I mean, that's the song.
Oh, yeah, well, that's a different story. But I mean, like, but yeah, I did give everyone a little bit of the release on Quasi's channel of the new remix that I'm hoping that everyone gets a chance to hear the DJ Khaled remix. Apparently, you know how we do up in here.
All we do is win, man.
All we do is win. What? What did they say, Colonel?
I think that it's weird to say we've been here before, because some people are saying Darwin doesn't contribute to where we've been now. But if you've made it this far with a team that you didn't change, he didn't change his team. He just got rid of some mid-man and some youths, and then he brought in Chiesa, who, other than yesterday, bro, Chiesa only played about 35 minutes in the Prem total. But I'm of the notion of we shouldn't sell anyone and we shouldn't buy anyone, because if this team can take us to this point, regardless of we bottle it, come up losing a final, then you would know exactly what you need to change in the summer. So I'm of the belief that with this team, this manager and the staff, we're good. I know I don't rate all the players in there 100%, but guess what, bro? They've made it to this point. Whether they bottle it or not, or come up short or not, I think that should be the clear indication of what adjustment needs to be made. Trying to make an adjustment here, it's like fixing your car and it haven't broken down yet. You kind of have to wait for the check engine light to come on, and that's why I don't get gas unless my gas light is on. Like, why am I getting gas if the light ain't on?
Right.
Because no one goes to check their engine if the check engine light isn't on. So that's my analogy in life, and that's the way I look at Liverpool. So if we're here in this position, I'm celebrating. You know why? If we bottle it tomorrow, at least I can walk away and say, you know what? There was that one day in January when everything was good, and I appreciated it in that moment.
Yeah, you can even go as far as to say, you did say that we have seen this happen. We did somewhat see this happen in the sense of we had an opportunity when Klopp took over this team. He could have made adjustments. He could have said, "Oh, I don't want this player. Oh, I want these players don't suit my system, or this or that," and the likes. And no, he stood pat. And unfortunately, we didn't get silverware at the end, but he did get us to two finals with the club and with the team that we had. So, and I think the unique difference is this is not a Brendan Rodgers left, Liverpool team. This is a Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool team to a manager that does have or to a head coach that does have some real skills. But if you differ, in my opinion, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Let's go around the horn. We can go Quasi, Brian, Nolante, and then bring JK into the conversation, since this is all off of what Colonel just brought up.
No, I totally agree with the Colonel some way. The thing with Liverpool fans is we have PTSD. So most of us don't even want to enjoy the journey. We just want to go from from first step to 1,000. And the most fun is the journey between the first step and the last step. The fun is not the last step. The last step is the icing on the cake, right? You learn everything in between that first step and the last step. And a lot of times, Liverpool fans, I think sometimes, yes, it has happened to us multiple times, but you got to keep going. Otherwise, then what's the purpose of going to the fight? Just because you go to race Usain Bolt, so you'll be like, yeah, he already won, so I'm not going to race. I'll wait till he retires, then I will go race. Yeah, by the time he retires, you're also about to run out of time. You know what I mean? So for me, the enjoyment of being a Liverpool fan is the journey. Now, I don't like these Hollywood scripts that we tend to do sometimes. It's fun sometimes. Sometimes it's not fun. Like yesterday, you watch 90-some plus minutes, and even the last 2 minutes that was important, I didn't even get a chance to watch it live because my stream decided to freeze. So that whole 2 minutes where everybody's jumping up and down, I didn't see it. When my stream came back, it was already 2-0. So like literally.
Oh yeah, that did happen. I ended up jumping to my phone, fam. I ain't missing that, bro. I keep 2 devices now, man. Yeah, American streaming ain't really hitting, bro.
Man,
I was watching that 1 punch per minute, bro.
All right, bro. So it was on our side. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was a NBC.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's NBC or Peacock or whatever.
Peacock, yeah. Now,
every time Liverpool scores, the only time I've seen it, I can watch 10 games for the weekend. Everything's crisp. Liverpool play and score.
Something always happens. Something always happens.
You hear to hear
airwaves.
You know what I mean? Too many people watching. But I will finish with this. Yes, sometimes it looks like Liverpool, and I'll talk as a whole, including the owners and everybody under it, is sometimes it feels like we don't learn our lesson. We are not proactive. We are mostly reactive. That is frustrating. And sometimes I do understand why some crowd of FSG out are so upset that why do we wait till everything gets so bad before we fix it? Rather than, you know it's getting bad. Why don't you fix it? But that one, an Irishman will tell you that this goes beyond FSG, beyond even Hicks and Gillette. This is like the life of a Liverpool fan and Liverpool as a family. But man, there's no better thing, like Zuberi said, man. Enjoy. And a lot of fans did not enjoy Klopp's time. They were spending their time more fighting FSG than enjoying what Klopp was giving us at the time. Did everything he did was perfect? No. Could he have done better a lot of times? Yes. But he gave us some very good time. And you could pick one, even before we started winning, the Dortmund one. It was something exciting. Of course, the Barcelona one always stands out. But yeah, for me as a Liverpool fan, and even when Benitez was there, is the journey. Like a lot of people talk about Steven G winning the Champions League. The journey, people forget about the Olympiacos. That game is as important as the winning that Champions League at Istanbul. Because if Steven G doesn't score that goal against Olympiacos, guess what? We don't get to the final. The same thing happened with when we won the Champions League with Klopp. If Alisson don't make that save against Napoli, we don't make it to what country? Madrid that season. So that's why I'm saying enjoy the journey, because the journey is where the fun is, not the destination. Destination is where we throw the party. That's the icing on the cake. So that's where I was stopping mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just say to what I think, Quasi, quickly, what you're saying. We've always, Liverpool as a club, we've always set ourselves up as different to that. We're not the club that goes out and, like I say, kind of how can I say this politely? You know, throws your wad on the table and says, "We're the biggest club in the room. We're going to spend more." We don't do that kind of thing. That's never really been the Liverpool way. You know, Manchester United are that team to go out and break records and, you know, get flashy signings and guess what? We sit here, we do it our way, and we win. That like we've always set ourselves up as like we criticize Madrid for being flashy and like that's not a scouse really way of doing things. Is to be throwing money around and being the biggest dog in the room, cash wise. It's like that's not really our vibe. You know, that's not really how we set ourselves up as a club. You know, so we've never been that, oh, we're going to go out and do what Chelsea did. Vulgar, over the top spending, like okay, the club's talking about 300 grand a week for Marmouche, 500 grand a week. We've never been that club. But we've also you can get away with not being that club if you always happen to be the best. And we were always the best. We didn't need to go out and do over the top flashy signings. So I don't expect us to do that. I don't think the fans have ever expected us. Why aren't we going out and offering Mbappe £1 million a week to come here? 'Cause that's not Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans are donating to food banks every week. They know there's people all over the city don't have a job anymore. You go to Liverpool and you ask them to protest against the owners, they'll say, you can get the fuck, man. We have much more bigger things to be protesting about, other than people not giving a player 800 grand a week to come to our club. They say, get real. It's the match. We go to match every weekend. You know, this is not a club that throws money around to be the biggest dog in the room. But at the same time, what have we always done? Made clever signings, little signings that nobody expected. Who's that guy comes in? I never had subscribed to the notion that it's a bit weird last couple of years. Who can we sign? Well, who's going to leave? Or what does that mean for my favorite player? Or what does that mean for my guy? No, man. Every team improves every single year. 1, 2 bits and pieces. They never fall apart. They never get to the point where shit, man, we need like 6 here. No, it's a 1, 2 every year. So you improve, you slowly integrate, and then you change and you get better. Hopefully, you get better. So I'm always for additions that improve, little bits and pieces. Keep doing that, mate. Keep doing it that one here, one there. But yeah, needing 6 or 7, we don't want to be in that situation, but we're getting close to that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, just to that too. I think we could do 1 or 2. This, like you're saying, if this club can do what we're doing now with these players, I would say to counter that. Well, imagine what we could be doing if Slot got 1 or 2 of his boys in, because he's had nobody basically. So if you said to Slot, there's 1 or 2 boys out there, we work places we can. He's like, yeah, this guy and that guy, bang. The transfer committee, the people they all agree with it. Numbers check out. Go do it. Go do it. Give the man the tools. That's what I'm saying. He's shown you what he can do with somebody else's players. Now let's see what he can do with some tools he likes, some bits and pieces he likes.
Interesting, I guess. Not I definitely think that I agree with what Brian, some parts of what Brian said, but tell us in the chat if what you think and what you believe, whether it's what Colonel has said, Quasi has said, or Brian said. We're letting Alante have a little slice at that conversation. Is that do you hold the same perspective as Brian or Quasi, or do you have your own, or even Colonel, or do you have your own perspective on the question?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just once again, man, just to pull it out of the bag and bringing in the 2 big hitters to the party. So yeah, come on.
I got both coasts. I got East Coast, West Coast.
Exactly, Tommy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Get to hit the contacts, the black book.
Yeah, definitely. This Quasi's our version of E40.
Yeah,
right?
Quasi, yeah, exactly. And Subi, man, to bring out Subi, Colonel. Hey, tell you, man, that's a stroke right there, man.
Yeah, Subi's my Mob Deep.
Bay Area.
He's a Mob Deep.
Prodigy and Havoc. Yeah, look. If I'll be real, look, for me, I see it in a different angle, and like, you know, see Colonel, Quasi, Brian all make excellent points. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, we're not going to spend, and again, I don't expect us to. We'll run club, but at the same time, in relation, I know you're discussing with Colonel. At the end of the day, look, at the end of the day, FSG have been here 15 years, 1 Premier League and 1 European Cup. And to me, that's poor. That is poor. Now we can go into mitigating circumstances of why that's happened. And that's a number of things. That's down to players, that's down to the manager, and that's down to them as well for not acting on certain things when we're in the position. So and obviously when Klopp finished, he won everything. But I won't go into that because that's another topic in terms of what I think. That's my own personal thing. But look, at the end of the day, none of us, again, if someone in the chat or you guys are when we all came next year, last summer, none of us could say here and say Slot was our first choice. There were some who didn't know who Slot was. I knew it personally. I knew a little bit. I saw him at final certain games in the Champions League, and he did all right. He wasn't of course, he wasn't my first choice, but it wasn't like, oh no. But again, like everything, you give the person a chance, player or manager, and look. 12th man, he's the one again. We had the preview at the previous season. 12 said we were going to win the league. He had confidence. For me, I thought, you know what? I was thinking, our Klopp's gone. It's another how long? I thought like top 4 and a cup. That's all I thought, and that was my expectation. And obviously, all of us, happy days. We've been pleasantly surprised. We're in the position we're now. And again, it's like, as the saying goes, you seize the day, you grab the chance, and you go for it, So again, my situation is I'm very cautious because I know people want to talk about past, but what is there is there. We've been there before and we haven't got it over the line. Now people can say I'm being harsh or whatever, but that's just my perspective. And I've seen it. We've all seen it and I've lived it. We all lived it, you know what I mean? So yeah, of course. I mean, which Liverpool fan is not happy right now? But I am just very cautious and I'm humble with it. So like I said, great. One game down, the games will go down. The games will go down one by one. And, like I said, if we're there, then listen, mate, champagne popping, parties in the air. I mean, my block, your block, whatever you want to do, call it how it is. You know what I mean? We get the rival fans. But for me, it's just a question of legacy. And it's down to FSG, really. Do they want to create a legacy like Quasi, or I think Brian said, Brian, I think he said, Slot has shown he's got the tool, he's got the management skills. So are you going to give him more to build a legacy? Or is it going to be, we're going to be sitting here in the next 5 years? Oh, it's just one Premier League in 5 years or something. This is the key. This is the key now. Do we want to be a legacy building, or do we just want to just be the same once in the blue moon? Because at the end of the day, we're Liverpool FC Football Club. And the thing that gets me, again, irate is certain podcasters or certain man online, other Liverpool podcasters do this play FC. And I mean, I'm not going to name names because I've named them. Some of them collaborate with Kopish, and it just gets someone else because some of them do this Player FC, but it's not Player FC, it's Liverpool FC. Mm-hmm. And this is what some people are forgetting. Like I said, look, and I'll give you an example. My guy is Joey Gomez, Joey G. I rate him. But if he has a bad game, he has a bad game, innit? If you can get someone better to replace him, getting player, it's all about the player perspective. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, some podcasters and some Liverpool fans online, they're too much into the Play FC and, this player should be sold and he's dead. Look, and I'll give you another example, sort of Darwin Núñez. Personally, I've never wanted Darwin Núñez. Brian, he wanted Darwin Núñez, but obviously certain things changed. But I don't think he's a dead player. I mean, he's a good player, but it's just not for us. It's not for us. And for me, with Darwin, for instance, I'm just singling out one player. He, as much as I don't think he's for us. I don't believe he's had the consistency to have the run. You can say, you know what, Darwin, you know what, you ain't it. There's not be a time this season was have 2 to 3 games, 90 minutes stop, and you can say, you know what, you tried. We can say, you know what, Darwin, you failed. That's that's the thing. There's has to be consistency and context to everything. And another one is Chiesa. Chiesa, for me, he should be starting more games. The other day, I got shot down because I just said I want Chiesa to start ahead of Mo. And it's not that. And the reason why I said that, because Mo was just having a downhill and fall. Let's just try something different. Mo, as great as Mo is, he's not the be all and end all. And like I said, that's the problem for me. Is for a lot of players, it's Player FC than Liverpool FC. But look, at the end of the day, as I was saying, my context is FSG really need to elaborate where they want to go, because we can't just sit and rest on our laurels. Klopp, for instance, we should be sitting here talking, as good as he done, you should a back-to-back league or 2 European Cups. I'm not saying he should win every season, but if you get my drift, we've done it before, so it's up to the board now to not mess about now and create a legacy for future years to come. That's all I have to say.
You know, before 12 men you jump in, I want to say this, and some people might not see now. The dominance that we see from City is not going to happen ever again. And you're asking like, why? It's not because City is going to get fined for 120 or 130 or whatever. That PSR and the FFP rules that they put in place is going to be hard for a club to dominate like what City did. And why? Because people are seeing that, oh, City is going to spend all this money. Remember, for the last 4 years, City has literally not bought anybody. They sold most of their players. So the money that they made, they sold wasn't it for 80 million. They get him Mamouche for almost the same amount they sold Alvarez. But one thing that most clubs could, like City could do, is they can give high wages, right? City do make money in terms of Etihad contracts and all that kind of. How they do it, we don't know, but we know their marketing side is also profitable. So is Man United, but the problem with Man United is they have debt. They had to service the debt. Arsenal, the reason why Arsenal can get a striker, because they decided to spend 100 million on the midfielder instead. So before they can buy anybody, that's the part where the fan base don't get it. Anybody that Arsenal can get, they have to sell. I don't know if you guys have seen the rumors that is going on, that even with the Zubimendi thing that is going on, they're trying to offer Real Sociedad 25 million plus 2 players, which is disrespect for a player like Zubimendi, right? So this is the power, and I know Zuberi will probably say this, is the football world is changing. Gone are the days of one club with a lot of money can dominate for a long time. The only clubs that are going to be dominating for a long time are going to be the ones who are properly run. PSG had to make deals to be able to get Krabat. Gone are the days where they can bring you 200 million cash and just pick the player. So we have to put that into context. Say, yes, before maybe FSG should have spent more money, but FSG was smart with it. Do I agree with everything they did? No. However, the part where people need to start learning about football business, because people don't get it, that it is a business. It's a service rendered and then service received, right? It's a business. And the way the football business is going into a better business. You're not going to have those clubs like Portsmouth and clubs just burn out just for the sake of, unless it is ridiculously run bad. Chelsea, who everybody claimed their owner loved football so much, you guys know Chelsea was caught cheating. They snitched on themselves. So Abraham, who loved the club so much, cheated. All the ways that they were winning, all was part of a cheating scheme that he was doing at the time. So yes, in terms of, we want to be, what they call it, friendly and passionate, those things don't pay for the contracts or pay for the bills, because passionate and showing passionate and love and all that stuff still got Salah and Virgil and Trent still thinking about the contract that has been offered to them. So I would just leave it there and said, yes, Liverpool can do better, can do more, but we have to look at it beyond just go spend money, go spend money, go spend money. It's easy to say, but when you learn, you have to learn it before you could just say, go spend the money. Why are they not spending the money? Liverpool is known to have no dickhead policy. So that means we can't just bring any player, because they could mess up the family dynamics that the club have set up.
Well put. I know you might have opened the door for JK, because JK. But listen, I'm not gonna necessarily go into the whole FSG stuff and everything else, but yeah, we have a lot of things going on with. If you want to answer, do you want to answer the question? Because I know that we've had a bunch of people taking some time to get to.
I just say it's short and sweet. You can't change history, you can't predict the future, but you can enjoy the moment right now. So right now we're top of the league. We're the best team in the world right now. I'm enjoying that. I ain't really got time to moan.
Okay, so that is short and sweet. That is short and sweet. What is it that I was just seeing in the chat a question? There was a really good question. There's two really good questions. There's more than two, but there's two that caught my eye, at least that I got the opportunity to see in the chat. And one of them is, I know that Nlante said what he said about Nunez, but could it be, though, that Nunez, because I saw there is a Red Devil, she's a content creator, a very big content creator, actually, but she does content that is just not always Red Devil specific. She does things about the entire league. And she, one of her posts was, I can look it up, but one of her posts, I think, was something of, did Darwin Nunez just win the league, basically, for us, in the sense of, because there has been a time we were flying high. All of a sudden, the start of 2025 has not been an exceptional start for us. Let's just be honest. You know, we've dropped some points with some draws. I know to some draws our losses are equivalent to losses, but we didn't start 2025 on, you know, flying high. However, we did have some really difficult opponents in that time set, you know, as in Forest is not a team. Obviously, they're the one team that did beat us in the league. So obviously they're a team that is worthy of holding respect towards. We also had the Derby game, and obviously Red Devils, despite the fact that they're a second page team right now in the table, still all the same. Derbies, you got to throw out all form and everything out the window. It gets down to, it's always going to be a difficult game, or for the most part, a difficult game for either team. It made the Forest game especially important because now all of a sudden we had that FA Cup game. It was a little bit of a distraction, but obviously not enough of a distraction to get us back into the winning ways. But this game right here was looking like it could have been a headline that would have been a headline that would have possibly anchored us or weighed us down in this important January, and then even possibly in some people's mind, a possibly even tougher February that we have coming up. What do you think? Do you agree with the fact that she thinks that maybe Nunez's goal was a little bit of a lifeline to us holding on to whatever momentum we need to get through this year? Or do you think that this is just, I know the whole one game at a time thing, but do you think that it's maybe just a sense of, it's not, you don't look at the Nunez thing that much. You're looking at it as these next two games are maybe an opportunity for us to get our form and shape back, and then push on to the league. What are your thoughts about what the goal meant, and what we have to do, what our mindset should be going forward with the league? And obviously we have the Champions League that's going to be coming to an end. These two games coming up. What are your thoughts? We'll go JK. We'll go reverse this time. Or actually, Zuby's been waiting a while. I'll let Zuby speak.
Yeah, let Zuby go. Let her guess.
Actually, as you was breaking it down, I was thinking about the different ways to look at it. So if you're looking at it from the club perspective, that goal is more important to Darwin than it is to the club. See, like, win, lose, or draw, the club is still the club. The club is still gonna be there. So important for the club, not so much. Important for him, sure, because I think we can still win the league and draw 2 more games. I would have just looked at this game as, we can't be drawing too many more of these games. And we're out in the front, we're out in the lead with a good little game or 2 cushion where So I'm not trying to like minimize his goal, but I think it means more for him than for us in this moment.
Okay.
In this moment, also, if we now go on to never lose another game, it minimizes this game. You see what I just did there?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if the next 17, however many games remain, if we start winning all of those games, or if we win all of those games and pick up the title, no one will remember the start of. It'll be difficult to be like, yo, this man been on a run since they, slapped up Brentford. But it wouldn't be, these men has been on a run since Darwin scored the 2 goals at Brentford. It'll just get minimized to beating Brentford. It won't be because Nunes made us beat Brentford. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, in the moment, it's one of those things where if you're a big fan of Nunes or you've been defending Nunes and dying on that hill and you're about to pass out, this is one of the moments where Nunes come in and save the day, and you're like, yo, see, I told you, man, we can count on you. You've seen the movies plenty of time, and you're like, hope is about to get withered away, bro. Out of nowhere, Nunes comes out of it. So in this moment, if you're a Nunes fan or you love the fantasy of that, because what people tend to forget, the sport is about entertainment. I'm still waiting for a man to hit us with that. Are you not entertained? And that's what Nunes is doing. Like, yo, I think on the second goal, he was crying. If I was a crying guy, I would have cried as well. Because I can feel the emotion, fam, on that second goal, the fans shouting Nunes. Like, bro, he knows all of the time they've been shouting it. We weren't supposed to shout it, but we shout it nonetheless. In that moment, shouting it, it hits different now. You missing and the fans shouting your name, they support me. You score and they shouting your name, bro. And they only shouting with this intensity because of what I just did. It hits different, man. Hits different. So if you're a Nunes fan, get lost in this moment. We don't know if another one's coming. I don't care if another one comes. If more comes, calm. But as long as Liverpool keep doing Liverpool stuff, it's not about Nunes, man. Who said it earlier? It's not Player FC. But right now, it's Nunes FC, man. Jump on that bandwagon until the next game comes on because he's definitely Nunes FC right now.
What? Real quick. Also, can you give what is the number then? Do you think we have to reach? What is the point total? Did you think that we have to reach possibly to?
Oh, the points total. The points total is a bit tricky. I wanted 100. I wanted 100 plus. That's just what I want.
Oh, okay, all right.
But we're nowhere near the 100 plus.
Right.
I don't have an exact number, but I'll tell you right now, we're gonna win the league, or I believe and I want, and I'm praying and I'm willing us winning the league. We can win it with 55 points, 12. I don't give a damn.
Exactly. I don't give a shit if it's 62 and that wins.
The number, personally, I want 100 plus because coming second with 99 points, there's no way I can wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Coming second with 99 is mad. So no, I want 100. I want 100, but whatever we win it with, bro, we can win it with 71. I could care less, bro.
Right. That's not gonna happen. I get you.
As long as we get that trophy in the end, man, I'm cool. I'm cool off that. I don't care. To be honest, I don't even care if they bring us back the runners-up trophy when they find City. Just give it I don't care how we get the trophies at this point. I don't care if we get it by doing the fair play stuff, the PGMOL hand-down trophy stuff. I don't care how we get trophies at this point. Just go and put them in the trophy cabinet. You see, you got these trophies over here, right? Yeah, as long as that pile just keeps going up, I'm calm. So, number-wise, I wanted 100, but at this point, I'll take any number as long as it's the highest one at the end of the season. I'll take that. 90 plus wouldn't hurt. I just don't know what the criteria for that is. Also,
I don't think we can quite get there at the moment. We're tracking pretty well. We looked at we did actually look at this.
but assuming we win the next 17 games, we still can't get 90.
No, if we win the next 17, but
we can
sort of. Yeah.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I want. I'm a Liverpool fan, bro. I'm not
predicting
draws and loses. I mean, if you do, that's fair.
Sorry,
but no, I don't
I didn't
predict those.
realize
I
you
only
ordered
predict
it.
wins. I'm sorry.
I didn't realize. Sorry, I didn't realize that Barry ordered the 17-match winning run. Sorry. Yes, of course you can have that. Yeah, and then you can do it. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize we can. Yeah, we'll rustle that up for you. No doubt, we'll do it. But it's looking at it. We were looking at what it's kind of looking like a more low 80s is probably going to be enough to win it. You know, it's not a vintage year. It's not a year where, like we spoke of, everybody's dropping points, right? So I think, we look, it's going to be like low 80s will probably do it for you, 84, 85, something like that. But right now, so you're trying to make some moves in the market. You know, they're up to 4 now. So let's not take our eyes off anything. Pops wants a 101. I'll take it. Well, do you know what, Pops? Actually, I take a 115, right? Let's have a 115.
Oh, that'll be something.
What are you feeling, Fozzie? And also tell us your point total too, if you have a chance.
We have what, 17 games left? I don't know, 17. I think we will win 12. So that's what, 36? 36 plus 50 is 86. I don't see us losing. So that's what, plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus, oof, that's a lot 91. Of draws. That's 91, yeah.
Yeah.
91, 92.
Quasi, last time you did the math, it did math up. I'm not going to get too excited.
Out there next week,
I knew Zibari was going to break that one up. But the thing is, moving forward, I don't see Liverpool losing game, but we will drop points. And that's what frustrates the hell out of it. We already have 5 draws. So if we have another 5, that's 10. You know how crazy it is? That's the invisible year that Arsenal had 13 or 15 draws. But yeah, I think we're going to be between 91 and 92.
Oh, wow. So we're going to break the 90 mark. Okay.
You know, it's mad. Real quick, Quasi, before somebody else jumps in there. Me and you predicted the Champions League, the win, the 8 games.
Yeah. It came correct, didn't we?
No, I was off. I had 5-2-1.
I said we were not going to lose. I said we would draw a couple, but we won all of it.
So I predicted 1 loss and 2 draws. So I just want you to know that. Yeah, I'm off on that.
But
that's why I stopped predicting loses and draws, man.
And the people are probably saying, "Man, this guy's talking." Do you guys know that we have 10 games that are home?
Yeah.
Ooh. You said that's a 10-game unbeaten streak.
That's a 10-game unbeaten streak.
Yeah, we ain't losing. Yeah.
We're not losing those. That's what I'm saying. No. I don't see us losing any games. Away games, you know, Bournemouth, they will be touchy, but I think Liverpool play well when we play against better teams. So at worst, with Bournemouth, you probably come up with a draw. But I do believe we have a couple draws coming. But between 10 to 12 games, we're going to win. We're going to win a couple away games. One of them being Everton. So 12, 36, 36 plus 50, that's 86. Yeah, 91, 92. We were very close. I don't see us losing any games. Arsenal can beat us. City can beat us. Who else? Chelsea?
Would be nice to win the day, though.
Yeah, but we have to go to the bridge because we play Chelsea at home.
Yeah, but you know how crazy it is? By the time we get there, where we play Chelsea, play Arsenal and Spurs, that 3 back-to-back game, the season will be over.
Wrapped.
Well, no, that's we spoke on that actually. The panel,
Quasi with the numbers and predicting.
Right.
I told you, man.
Calculation.
I'm just saying.
Data, stats.
That is, we're 10 home games. 10 home games. Liverpool should not drop. Out of those 10 games, we should win 9 out of 10. I'm sorry. Anything else below that, there's no excuse.
I was just going to add, though, that we were speaking on the possibility that we do have to go to the bridge, and we could have the league. Hopefully, we could have the league wrapped up by then. That would be definitely safe. We tried to say what the question we were asking is if there was any club that you'd want to have the league wrapped up and have to have the guard of honor.
Arsenal.
What club would it be?
Arsenal at Anfield. I want it to hurt. I want it to hurt.
Oh yeah. Phase 5.
Phase 5, phase 6. They give it us the guy.
Nah, you know
man,
what's
phase
mad,
6.
For me, it's Manu, right? Because
That would be nice.
we and these men are locked in a dance that at this point, if you haven't accepted this dance, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Liverpool be shit. And come up against Manu and give them the fight of their life, bro. And walk out of there and like, yeah, we rough 2 man up.
Vice versa.
And it's the same for them, bro. It doesn't matter how stinky.
Look how shit they were today. Oh my god.
Bro, they will pull up and celebrate a draw against us.
Bro,
And,
they thought they
and
won
we just
the
have
league.
to hold it, right?
Yeah, that's
nothing will sweet me more than them, even if they win. They have to remember that they started that game giving us the guard of honor.
Yeah.
Like that's the team that I want to hold that. Like, yeah, you can have the points, and it means nothing to us.
Oh yeah.
You know how mad that is for them. You take points off us, and it means nothing. That's all.
Violation.
Zuby, the problem is that if we do get the guard of honor at Old Toilet, they're going to have to avoid stepping over or tripping over rodents and stuff as you get on the pitch. I mean, is that really what you want to?
Nah, I just want them to know. I just wanted them to know. Instead of us coming to see the mold on the freaking hot tub and the rats and the leaky roof, I wanted them to know they could have just forfeited the match also. Or we could have just forfeit the match in general and not be there.
Right.
Like us being there is more of a charity. And play all the kids as well. Let the kids do the God of Honor walk.
Also, KJ, we know that we already played at Old Trafford. Obviously, our games against Manchester United are all done for this season, at least for the league. But the question was in general, where would you have liked to have had that guard of honor be placed if we were able to get it? Most likely, though, the only team that does fall into the possibilities of that realm is possibly going to be Chelsea. That looks like the most likely that we could possibly see something.
Arsenal
like that.
too.
Yeah. But you wouldn't get a guard of honor though at Anfield though.
Yeah, that I want it. I need it actually. I think.
That's what you want. You want to make them come out and actually do that.
After that, I'm going straight to AFTV.
To my house and celebrate me.
Come to my house. I'm inviting you to my house so you can bow down to me. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
I just said the only reason for the invite is so you can kiss the ring.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well just invite Win the dog to do it too as well. Then might as well have him there.
Because the reason why I've said, Liverpool has a great chance. If we play consistently well enough, we beat everybody across the board. And the reason why I want this thing right up sooner is because Champions League is coming. And then in April, it's going to get harder and harder and harder and harder. So by the time April come in, remember, Arsenal have a very tough team they're going to be playing. They're going to drop a lot of points. If Arsenal lose or draw, they have to run the table. And they can run the table, 16 games? They're not going to run the whole table 16 games. There's no way. The best they did was 14? There's no way. Even if, let's say, I give him 14, run the table 14. The 2 that you're going to draw points, are you going to lose or are you going to draw?
Chelsea's our fourth. The fourth to last game in the league is against Chelsea. That's like Brighton's the second to last game that we have away. But I mean, Leicester, Fulham away, Villa's going to be a very, very difficult game. That's going to be a huge, huge game for us to have to complete.
That should be relegated by them. It'd be cruel to make them do it.
Yeah, by the time it will be over.
Oh, from Leicester. Yeah, from Leicester. I thought you were talking about Villa. My fault. Okay.
Dude, poor Leicester fans.
Oh yeah.
Right now, 12 men, the hardest match to play is Bournemouth, I believe, in February. After that, Liverpool should not be dropping points. Between now to Bournemouth and after Bournemouth, Liverpool should not be dropping points. And the crazy thing is, if Arsenal were to drop point any between now and they meet us, see, remember when they came up 4 points closer, they were talking a lot of mess. They were already talking about how they're going to beat us.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So right now the pressure is on them. We don't have any more pressure. The fact that we won yesterday, the pressure is gone. We just have to get our game in hand. We get that one. Trust me, Arsenal going into every game, they have to go at 100, and they can sustain 100. That's why they keep dropping points, because against Aston Villa, they started at 100, drop points. Against Newcastle, the Carabao Cup, they started at 100, lost 2-0. They don't have enough energy, and they don't have enough players coming off the bench to continue with what they're doing. Their problem is they spend the money wrongfully. They have to sell. Arsenal has to sell one of their strikers, one of their big strikers, to go buy another superstar. You hear the story about they want Williams, but they don't have the money. They may have the money, but FFP and PSR does not allow people to do that. That's the beautiful thing. Now, for people like JK and Lalante who are frustrated with FSG, we are the only club and city that can literally go in and spend 300 million right now, and we still not be anywhere near PSR.
Yeah,
that is the frustration. That is the frustration where I do get with setting man them when they say, "Come on now," but at the end of the day, you know.
Number 3 transfer windows, we haven't spent nothing now. You know,
we've got money.
We've got money. Everything's sorted. Everything's cool. Buy a guy who's gonna sort of concrete that title push. They did the same thing last summer, last January. We didn't buy no one to replace Endo, because when Endo was playing, we did pretty well. He went missing, we went missing. And I feel this time around, we need one more guy in that midfield. Just one pair of
that one, I agree. By the way, who's that guy that they say we're looking at from Dortmund? Is he good? I haven't really paid attention to him.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy. You know, I think he's like 17's Gittins.
Oh, Jerome Beyond Gittins. Yeah, the winger. Yeah, they are linked with him. They want him.
Yeah, the thing with him though, he's almost like in the crop of the Lamal type of crop. I'm not saying he's as good as Lamal or nothing like that, but I think he's British as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I actually found him on the game. I was like, raw. Never heard this name. I just scouted him, popped up on the radar. I'm like, yo, wait, young British guy like this. All right, let me snatch him up. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, still, man.
There's a guy at Stuttgart as well.
Bring him in. Matter of fact, I'll do a swap deal with Harvey.
Oh no, CB man, nah, leave Harvey, Harvey man, give it someone else, man. Harvey.
Here's why I'm sacrificing Harvey. Oh goodness. Harvey plays off the right.
No, he doesn't.
But he ain't a winger.
He doesn't. He only plays. Harvey has.
No, he plays off the right. Harvey ain't like an out 10. We've never seen him as like a.
No, he's never played right.
No, he's a 10.
He's never played wide.
Bro. He's a 10 for Liverpool and only played a 10 in preseason.
Yeah, but he's not a right winger.
That's my point. He can run off the right, bro. Just getting you can run anywhere. Harvey in the 10 is too much of a luxury. He's almost like he needs that with my Wilshire type of luxury where he's one of them type of 10. He ain't robust running back and forth, putting in the grafted in the middle. Nowadays, 10 is all over the pitch. You see what I'm trying to say? Harvey ain't really that. Then when he goes on the right, he ain't even got pace. Running in behind, he ain't a threat on that. So for me, I'm good off Harvey, man. I'm sick of the players that don't have pace. You're playing professional football, you ain't got pace, bro. Yo, nah, man. Man. Man said Harvey can press. Not even tackle, just
Haaland
press.
Haaland ain't got pace, but he knows where to be.
But he got power.
Harvey Elliott yesterday, he was involved in both of the goals. Like for me, yeah, we ain't seen enough of the guy this season, for example. But for me,
No,
there's a
he's been
guy
injured,
there.
man. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
He was injured, and I reckon the way he supports Liverpool makes him a better player. Like yesterday, he came on, 0-0, bang, 2 goals involved, job done, you know. So for me, the Gittins is good. But there's another guy from Stuttgart. He's a DM, number 6, Stiller, his name is.
Oh well, yeah,
He's
I saw this, Jake. Okay, we linked with him, innit? 23,
Angelo.
innit?
Yeah, looks good.
Stiller, yeah.
Plays DM role. There's some good players in Germany and stuff. But for me, we need to really, really get someone in. Just give us a little boost, you know, to help Gravenberch out. That's my main concern. I think Gravenberch this season has played the most football he has ever done in his whole life. He ain't run like this in his whole life. At Munich, he was sort of on holiday, you know what I mean? So I'd love to see someone help him out. Then I reckon we're set.
Okay. All right.
Nah,
All
I
right.
hear that still, man. I
it
just
is unique.
we need more, man. RV, Jones. I feel like if you're at a team, you should be competing for the 11. And with Klopp, we were spoiled to have a solid 11, and then men that just know they're not in the 11. I don't like football like that. I like to know we have 20, and any one of the 20 can be the 11.
Can start. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I don't like that. Yeah, but the backup, or he's just a deputy. Nah, man. If you're in the team, bro, I should see your name go on the starting lineup, and I shouldn't be like whinging or nothing like that. Or ooh, I don't know about this. Like, or you shouldn't just be going in because man got injured. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I like my football, and that's why when team are like decked out, we're a decked out team. It's just the quality. The minute one of our 11 comes off, you know there's a drop in something. We're losing something, and I don't really like that.
Yeah, but I reckon, like, when you looked at Klopp, he used to play Harvey Elliott in big games, Man City, Man United. He was getting picked, and he did a job. If he came on, he did nothing. I was like, why is Klopp playing this guy? You know, in the big game.
But if he came on and did something, you'd have been like, yo, Rob, Harvey every time.
There you go. And so for me, like what football is nowadays, to keep everyone happy, the guys who are on the bench, if they're as good as the guys on the first 11, there's going to be some rifts there. There's going to be some stress. Why ain't I fucking playing, you know? Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, they're just happy to be at Liverpool, you know?
And they do jobs.
True.
They do jobs.
And they do what they got to do.
I can't
and
emphasize.
That's why I like Harvey. He supports Liverpool. You can see it in the way the lad plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love
you
it.
Can say
You
there's those people out there that can say what they want to say against Curtis Jones, but trust, Curtis Jones understands what it means to be a Red. Curtis Jones understands what it means to play for this club. And he's not saying that other players are going to not give the effort or the likes of it. But, I mean, I think it does mean more to some of these players. Harvey Elliott is in that bunch too. He might not be a Scouser, born and bred Scouser, but I do think that Harvey Elliott does get the sense of he'll do whatever it means to play for this team or contribute to this team. That's why I love the effort, and I love the professionalism that you see from Endo. I've said it from day one. You know, KJ is my witness because KJ was saying very similar things, and that is that, you know, with Endo is a professional. He'll come out and do whatever is called on to be done. Period. Does not matter the fact that, oh, I prefer to be. You know how you heard about Mbappe saying, oh, I'm only going to play one position. I'm not going to play striker, or I'm not going to do this. I don't want to be central. You know, so don't play me there. That kind of thing. No, it's more of, where do you need me, boss? That's where I got to go out and do that. Cool. Same type of like Milner concept that you see, and those are very important. Those are very important aspects of a player, or at least a team, because I haven't agreed with a lot of what Michael said, but I agree with this part and point in that to have 23 players, you know, or have a team of 20, a match day team of 20 players, they're all going to be first teamers. That's just very unlikely.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It is likely. It is likely. Let me tell you why it is likely. Right now, if any one of us see Gakpo or Diaz on the left, I don't think none of us are whinging. Had Nunes been performing, if we see Nunes or Jota in the starting lineup, I don't think none of us are whinging. Same thing goes to Curtis or Szoboszlai. If Curtis or Szoboszlai start, I don't think no one is whinging based on who starts. So the reason why I single out Elliott, he's the only one in our current crop where we won't whinge. If we see Bradley over Trent, I don't think no one's whinging. if we see Simi over Robbo, I don't think no one's winning. Alisson over Kelleher, right there, we've almost hit that 20. We've almost hit it. So I think if we won off, Elliott, we'll get a little closer to that 20. You know what I'm saying? I've given you about 5 people on top of the 11. That brings us at 16. So I think if we get in that DM or the guy to help Gravenberch out, I don't think we'll whinge. Even Endo, Wataru. If I see Wataru start, I'm not whinging, bro. But some people will, so I think that's why they would need the other guy. We're not that far off that 20, 12. It's not the ideal 20 where they're like all world beaters. I'm just saying having the team where whoever start, you're not gassed about it. If I see RV starting from, I'm a bit concerned right now.
Over Salah, yeah.
I'm a bit concerned. If I see Jones start, calm. As much as I always got something against him. But if I see Jones start, I'm not kicking up a fuss. I'm not. I'll trust him to start. I trust Endo to start. I trust Simi. I trust right back Bradley. Chiesa and Elliott are the only 2 in that team right now I don't trust.
But for me, Elliott's been a better player than Curtis Jones has.
Nah, Mike, allow me, man. That's funny, man. I need it right there.
That's how I see it.
I know one thing also. I know you guys were talking about how they're passionate of certain players. There's something they don't have. As much as Stephen G and Carragher was passionate Liverpool scousers, whatever you call them 2 were psychopaths.
They can play.
What's that?
They can play. That's the thing.
It's not just the play. That's the problem. It's not the play. It's that mentality that Stephen G will cut his own leg for the club.
Nah,
that's what He loved the club.
Sanya, whatever his name is. When he was fighting, and I seen his lip in one of the clips, he was like, "Yeah, I'm prepared to die." Like them man had
that exactly. That's that mentality.
Like, yo, I'm dying on this pitch.
I'm dying on this field today.
Yeah,
and this is the reason why
they don't jump out of tackles, Quasi.
You see what I'm saying? And the reason why a lot of fans are upset as what's the name, Curtis and Trent, is the biggest game that you do not want to screw up. Was the biggest game they did, and that was against the biggest rival. That mentality at home make it even worse. Thank you. That mentality. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Have you guys seen an old Michael Jordan question that he was holding a golf bag, and they asked him if there's a last shot needs to be made, who's making?
Oh yeah.
And he said, "What? That's a stupid question."
Yeah.
Do you guys know there's also the same thing for Stephen G, where somebody asked him last shot, last penalty kick, win the World Cup, whatever. And he said, give me the ball. This brother said it, that if I see him in the dark, I'm running away. That is the mentality that Curtis don't have. That's what Elliott doesn't have. And that's what, what's the name? Trent doesn't have. You need that, in these days, you guys call it the Mamba mentality.
Oh yeah, 12, yeah. He mentions it or references it a lot.
Yeah. They don't have it. And that's exactly why Zuberi is also saying that these players will say, the players say, I'm going to die today. Those players, they don't have it. If Elliott and Curtis have that mentality, I promise you, they will start over some of the new players that we bought.
I'm not sure about that.
Quasi, I'm not dissing Elliott or Harvey or whatever whatever he goes by.
Yeah,
I'm not dissing him because, like I said, I caveat the stream earlier and said he would have gotten the run, but he got injured. Because in his preseason, it didn't look too bad in the preseason.
Yeah, he was saucy.
You can see he was part of the plans.
Yeah.
But the thing for Elliott, though, bro, remember when he was keeping Jordan Henderson out the team, and then he got a really nasty injury. So even when the dude tackled him in one of the games recently, like you can see that that trauma is still there on him, bro. Like getting injured is always like part of his thing. So he's the only player we have that are 100% right off him jumping out of a tackle.
Yeah. By the way, Pops,
every time he's in a good moment, injuries will take him out the team, not performance.
But by the way, Pops, whatever you said about me saying Harvey for Mo, that's exactly what Zuberi was saying. If we start Harvey over Mo, everybody will be like, "Rah, what are you doing?"
Yeah, bro, I'm up in arms. I'm telling Salah to tweet the eye emoji at Real Madrid ASAP. Like, nah, bro.
That's the point that we say. That's the point that we say.
See me saying Hala Madrid, you know.
Hala Madrid.
Over Salah. I'm tweeting the eye emoji at Madrid. Like, yo, you seeing this?
You know what I mean? But
That
but
ain't
the
gonna happen
mentality
again.
though, but that mentality that I'm talking about is some of these players don't have. There are some players like Stephen G. Bro, people don't understand why people till this day think that he's over Salah, even though Salah has won a few things over Stephen G.
Oh yeah, there's a number of
Yeah.
factors. Yeah.
Because
There's a number of factors.
bro, people don't get it. Bro, like Zubair said, the man said today, I'm dying on this field. I don't care. Paramedics, stay away. That type of mindset, we don't have it.
Salah might have more personal accolades than Stephen G, but I can
Yeah.
The
guarantee
mentality.
you right now in this day and age,
Mhm.
Salah does not have half of the clutch moment that Stevie G got. Stevie G clutch moment is what defined his entire career, and there
I'm
was
telling you, that man, for me, Stevie G was
after
his
season, bro. They were bro. Stevie G not having a clutch moment, bro. Even if it's a tackle in the game, fam. Bro, I see man come on the pitch, got a red card, and I rate him for the red card because he came on.
Against Manchester
I know what
United.
game you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
remember.
but that was
Like,
poor,
boy.
man. But that was poor. No, I'm sorry, I can't give it ratings for that.
I remember against Manchester United.
Bro, man came on
give it
in
ratings
6
for
minutes
that.
and got a red card.
And the
I'm
Champions League too.
Thank you. Can't give it ratings for that. We lost against old toilet. Can't rate him for that. Can't stand that club.
Yo, man stepped on
But I'm just saying, though,
for McTominay as well, you know.
Yeah. Those mindset is made for certain players. That's why I consider them elite. Like they like Messi has it. You know, he may not have it as a leader, and he got there, right? In the beginning, Messi was not like that, but he got there. Eventually, he got there. That mentality where, bro, all I see is. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, bro. I was gonna say McAllister. He's the guy who's got it in our team. Have you seen the guy? He's a bull.
He get beat up. That's why he gets beat up all the time. Getting unnecessary.
That's why I love him, man. He's the type of guy you want in that midfield. He ain't care who it is. He's getting stuck in. He don't think 50-50.
I didn't know he was like that. I want to be disingenuous and say I feel like he might look at Endo. Remember when Endo was not necessarily keeping him out the team, but remember when Endo first came in last season? That was a Hendo thing. Like, Hendo was getting a red card. You want to make money. You want to make money.
To see
Hendo getting a red card first half is yellow card is always on for a month.
regular thing. Yeah.
It was a regular thing.
Then
and I feel like McAllister looked at that and go, you know what, man? Yeah, button that. I'm throwing in there. And he started moving. Bro, the guy's annoying on the pitch. Opposition must hate him because he ain't tall, so you're not seeing him coming. And then he's doing that little bum cheek thing that he do and hold you off the ball and that, bro. And so he's getting bullied in there, man. I rate him still. I know you had it in him.
It's got that Argentinian South American pit bull dog. That's the mentality in the street football. So
Suarez, as nasty as Suarez was, as disgusting of a human being he was.
I know he's a great football player. He was the mentality. I know.
Yeah,
but I can't take away what he did.
You can't take that one away from him.
Regardless of a human being, he's a scumbag. He's a complete scumbag. But as a football player, I mean, I can't. He was.
He's the best player I've ever seen. Like with my own eyes, like him. But Steven Gerrard is the best player I've ever seen in my whole life, passing wise. Yeah. Like when you see him in a game, like live, and you see him pass the ball, you're like, Lord of mercy.
Yeah.
That's why I like Trent. Trent sort of reminds me of Gerrard. And yesterday, Trent did a run. Near the end of the game, he took the ball from right back, ran straight through the middle, and that's what Gerrard used to do when we're losing or need a win or whatever it was, and he did it yesterday.
And even something that I don't condone. I thought it was a bad sportsmanlike, but I loved it when he did it. When Robo pushed Messi's back of Messi's head. I was ready to go to war.
Let's reel it back. Let's not really big up Robo right now. You're not wrong, but I'm just saying, let the players get the praise in moments they deserve it. Let's not.
By that time, you can't tell me Robo did not deserve that.
We won
that day.
He deserved the praise in that moment.
That's what I'm saying. I'm praising him for that.
Yeah, right now, man. These are the
you see how Nunes earned the chant from the fan right now. Yeah, let Robo have to earn that one back.
What? Robo's been earning it for all these years. Ironheart, man. Shoot.
Oh my gosh. All right. Before that, I wanted to get definitely Brian and get into the conversation too, because there was panel brought up Curtis Jones, and I know some in the chat and some on the panel might have different opinion on his ability or his place with this team. But there was something, and this is what we were talking about, the fight and about the die on the you willing to die on the pitch type mentality. And you brought up Gerard, you brought up also again Curtis Jones. There was something that was in an interview, and I'm going to read the exact quote too. There was an interview that was given, and Curtis Jones was speaking on it, and he says, I'm not going to get into every last aspect of what was said to me, but he's going to basically give us a little insight as to what was said. And this is what was said. He said there was a game that and he's talking about Stevie G, that he said, and this is when Stevie G was the coach of Curtis actually too.
Mm-hmm.
He says there was a game that he said, this is what was stuck in my head a lot, where I wanted to show him that anything you need from me, I'll do it. We've been beaten by Fulham, and he said, I've been tackled, and the lad had stood over and said something while I'd been on the floor. He turned around to me and said, what did you do about it? Curtis said, I can't remember. And he said, well,
that's a problem.
And Stevie G said back to him, well, I'll tell you, you did nothing. Curtis said, he sat there and thought, you're right. This is my club. There are people like you who have played your whole life here and even came back to the academy. Now you're a coach. You want to give your all to the club. There are people like me. I'm a Scouser myself. This is Curtis Jones speaking, obviously. I don't understand the situation I'm in. I need to grow up here, and I need to be a man. That is powerful. And that was something that when I did see the interview, it really spoke to me as to why and what that difference that we're all talking about in that mentality that you have to have as a Red to properly be a true Red for this club. And that is what we were saying. That's something that we didn't see, as Quasi also brought up, in that Manchester United game from either of the Scousers on the team. But Brian, do you want to add to some of the quote, or at least the comment that I just made? And do you think that Curtis Jones is someone that we can call on and really utilize and trust?
Oh wow, big, a lot of big questions.
A lot of big questions.
For me,
You're a big
I've
man,
heard it
though.
all. Yeah, I've heard it all, seen it all. They say the things, they do the things. Just do it on the pitch. Like we said before, a lot of talk about Darwin. A lot of talk about Darwin. What can Darwin do to shut the talk up? Score goals, dude. Score goals. That'll shut the talk up. These guys, for me, they're floating on the periphery. Harvey Elliott, Jones. They're never quite in the team all the time. They're never the guys. He's come out today and he's done an interview talking about, I love Liverpool. I want to stay here. It's my club. But there's also 1,000 other guys out there that wouldn't cut not their leg off, but that'd be counterproductive. But they give their all to get a chance on this team. It's not just about knowing what it means to play for the club or wanting to play for the club. You've also got to be good enough. This is what we were talking about yesterday. It's like, they can't get in this team. It's like, yeah, guess what, right? Let's break this down. Let's break it down. We're talking about a 3-man midfield and a number 10, right? A number 10. One of the most important spots in any team if you're using that system and you're going with a guy in that system, right? Not only that thing, Liverpool Football Club, one of the biggest clubs on the planet, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League table. You're talking about one of the most pivotal positions in that team. Do you know how good you have to be to get into that spot? This is like some of the best players on the planet. Well, not some of the best, but quality players wouldn't be able to do that for us because we're Liverpool. We're not Ipswich. We're not freaking Real Betis. We are one of the best teams on the planet right now. If you want to be able to good enough start every single game in one of the most goalkeeper, centre half, DM, 10, striker. These are elite positions in an elite football club. The fact that he might not just cut the mustard right at that point, no shade on him. But he's always going to have that's a position where a manager is going to go, this is half of my fucking system is going through this guy. This is a pivotal place in my position. They're not going to have time for projects. There'll always be a 60, 80 million pound player out there. So to me, Harvey plays every week for Villa, plays every week for Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Brentford. Can he quite get to that for us? If he can't, it's not a shade on him. It's just that's how difficult it is to get into a leading role in this team. Do you know what I mean? It's just he'll always have high level competition.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic, Matt, Diaz, Jota, people dropping in. So yeah, Elliot, I don't know. Michael Cornish, I'm not sure he plays for Spurs. It's just like, yeah, he's a guy at this stage. He's probably sitting on the bench going, right, look, I need to start playing here every week. If it's not going to be here, it's going to be somewhere else. Eventually, that will happen. You'll get to that point in his head. What do I need to do to play here every week will soon become, if I'm not going to play here every week, I need to go and play. But I have, it's cutthroat, it's ruthless, and I don't want us to be a team. I want us to be a team that's just like, yeah, that guy's unbelievable, but he's not quite good enough to get in our squad. What does that mean? That means you're right at the top. So we've got players who are seriously talented, but they're not good enough to get into our squad. That's what I'd like. I'm cool with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Harvey I don't know how Harvey got lumped into into Curtis Jones' question, but all good.
Yeah, the Jones question. Look, Jones is Jones. It's just like I think Harvey's more interesting than Jones. Jones bores me. Jones is boring.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He's just Jones. He doesn't do a lot. He just comes in, steps out. Yeah, he just Curtis Jones. I don't.
Well,
Jones
Elliot's got
doesn't.
something in him to do something, to create something. You know what I mean? That's the difference between them two guys. I think Curtis is a run-of-the-mill type of midfielder with glimpses, like running in late into the box, getting a goal. He can do that. I've seen him do it, but he don't do it enough for me. So I feel, what does Curtis offer the team? In them games against United where we drew, that was a game for me where I was going to say, you know what, Curtis, he had 2-3 good games before that game. And as Quasi said, he didn't really turn up for that game, and we were waiting for him to turn up. He's a scouser. He's in the middle of the park. Do your job, bro. That was a perfect game for Curtis to say, Sabatzalai, you ain't getting your position back. I've got it. And he didn't do it for me. And it sort of annoyed me, We all want him to do well, Curtis, I've always, since me and you had a little chat about Curtis, I've always wanted him to do well. You play for Liverpool, I want you to do well. I don't do agendas. But I think sometimes Curtis doesn't do enough for himself. I think his wages are low. And if he wants higher wages, like a new contract and stuff, step it up on the pitch. That's the best way you can do it. And I think sometimes he lets himself down.
Well, again, I actually I somewhat disagree about, I understand people are saying, make it into a competition, make it where you say, this is my role, this is my position, and the likes and such. But also, you know what, we're seeing certain players that certainly want to start. Obviously, every player pretty much wants to start. I know that Harvey got thrown into this, so Harvey was put into a place where I remember the game that he won. I think it was KJ, or maybe someone on the panel could back me up on what game it was, but I want to say it was Crystal Palace that he had the game winner for us, and he spoke about it at the end of the in the post game match, and in the interview he was asked, how do you feel about this role of being a super sub? And at the time, this is under Klopp, actually, He said, not many people, for some reason, sometimes words or the words that we use can sometimes rub people the wrong way. Like he doesn't look at himself. He doesn't want to be a super sub. He doesn't want to be a sub. He wants to be a starter. But whatever you need him to do, he's going to do it. And if it means being this sub or being a sub, that's going to bring in some adrenaline or some much needed, pace or whatever it is that we need to bring onto the pitch, he's going to bring it. And what's great about that is that I like the mentality and the attitude that Harvey brings. Unfortunately for Harvey, there was a part and point when Harvey was starting games for us. He was starting games, and then he had a bad injury, and then he worked his way back from that bad injury, and everyone was happy to see him come back. And then it was unfortunate that the team was pretty much, especially where the way Klopp runs the team, the team was pretty locked down in the roles and positions that are going to be starters for the team. And he still had to fight. And at times there are times where you can make an argument that he should have been starting, but yet he still was contributing from the bench. Why I got on this rant was because I would just say, whether it's a starter or whether it's a sub, just make contributions when called upon. That's all I'm asking. Some people might have preferences to see players play as starters. Some might have preferences to see players start as not even be on the team, much less start or play. But all the same, if you're making contributions, what more are you going to ask from these players? That's all we're asking.
Well, Tove, I think it's as you're talking there, man, I'm trying to wrap my brains around it because I'm engaging in the chat as well. Mm-hmm. Curtis being too safe, man, I think he'll just end up being a passenger, like you're saying. I'm even seeing in the chat, man, talking about, he need to take the initiative. Yeah, that's calm, but some manager like the players and them being safe. So then the responsibility now falls to Mo, because that pressure off Curtis to basically step up and make an impact, it's not on him. I used to tell Savage, where's the guy Ranger passing? He's on the pitch. And I'm not seeing him spreading the play. Savage is telling me, he's not in the team to do that. So he's in the team to be a passenger as long as he doesn't give turnovers over. Mm-hmm. That's basically all he's doing. He's just in the game being safe, recycling the play. Do we need Curtis in the team to recycle it? No, we don't need him for that. Bro, if you're in the team, you need to be making an impact. We don't need no one coming out talking about, but he prevents the ball from being turned over and all that good stuff. Nah, bro, we don't need that in the team. If you're on the pitch, you should be able to make an impact. If we're relying on the right back and the left back to be creative, and you're in the middle of the park, bro, you better be creative as well. Don't tell me you're not in the team for that, bro. What do you mean you're not in the team for that? All the men them can hit a diag to Salah, so I'm not going to hit a diag to Salah. No, you need to hit a diag to Salah as well, fam. If that's the way we're playing, you see what I'm saying? So when I don't see Curtis doing that, and man, Klopp coached it out of him, could be the case. But if he's that player, bro, he needs to stand up, man. He needs to stand up, bro. And that's what I'm saying with the Elliott thing. I don't care what you are, what position you play in. You play there, and there's something about you when you play there. That same something can be applied no matter where on the pitch you are. Trent is a good passer of the ball. He'll pass the ball good no matter where on the pitch he is. I see Trent in left back position making a good cross. Right back, no matter where he's on the pitch, he's doing the thing he's known for. So if you're in the 10, what are you known for? Your deft touch? Then do your deft touch all over the pitch. Like, people try to make the position that the men them playing affect their skills and attributes. Bro, if you're a number 9 and your job is to score the goal and you can do tap-ins, then, bro, you can do that tap-in anywhere in the box, right? We're not going to expect you to do a tap-in at the halfway court. It's a bit different. But any other contribution you're making in the game or on the pitch, bro, you can do it from anywhere. If you either got a good cross, you don't. You got a deft touch, you don't. You know what's not going to be good for Jones? Bro, we don't need you holding up the ball at the edge of the box, because at the edge of the box, your likelihood of being surrounded by 8 players is a lot more than when you're holding up the ball at the halfway line, where there might only be 2 opposition players pressing you. So these are the little things, man. I don't really understand where he gets in and fits in. Obviously, there's things he does I love, and I'm like, dope. But a fast-breaking team that play on the counter-attack, yeah, bro, it's a hit or miss with Jones, bro. it's a hit or miss because he's gonna definitely do that 360 turnaround, and all of the opposition is gonna get back into position. All the space is gonna be closed down. So for me, he needs to play in a team like City where every time they get the ball, 11 men are in front of him. That's the type of team Jones needs to be in. Jones can't be no quick counter attack, 1-2 touches. It's tough for him, man. It's tough for him because he always messes up that 1-2 pass, man. He's not a 1-2 guy. I don't know why he never been a 1-2 guy. I want to blame Klopp for it, but I don't think a manager can take that out of you.
But you could say, honestly, and I'll ask the entire panel for this too. You could say there were parts and points last year, because I know I said it. I thought Curtis Jones was one of the most essential parts of our midfield last year. As in, when he unfortunately he had injuries that kind of curtailed that the pursuit that he was on, or the pathway that he was on. But there are parts and points last year, at least, that Curtis Jones was well informed and was one of our best performing midfielders on the pitch. Unless, let me ask Nolante, JK, Brian.
No, you're right. I think it was a 10-game spell. He was really good. I think I even called for some numbers in the 10-game. He did give me those numbers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was definitely up there for him.
Yeah. Does the rest of the panel think different, or Brian, or
no? Let's go. Let's go ahead.
Nolante? Or JK? JK?
No one wants that. Like the whole Harvey Elliott thing with me is this. Like, look how many players we've let go over the years. Carvalho, Van der Berg, a lot of guys have gone through, youth players. He's always stayed because of his mentality. And he's a proper Liverpool. But look how we celebrated that goal yesterday.
Yeah.
You know? Watch how a player celebrates a goal, even though he might be on the subs bench, will show you what he's all about. Like yesterday, I see Kwanzaa getting up, shouting like everyone, you know? It was good to see people like Kwanzaa, who's not really been involved, got pissed off, and he was on the sidelines, but he was celebrating yesterday, you know? And I think Harvey Elliott, sort of, for me, shows more fight to win than Curtis Jones does. You know, I think Curtis lacks that Steven Gerrard mentality. If he brought that to his game, he should have that in his game already, you know? I think that's the big switch he needs to make. I've seen him in games sometimes, Curtis Jones. He's playing like a sort of midfield sweeper. I've seen him like sort of drift around the back and waiting to see if everything's okay. Then he carries on. And I was like, wow, good to see that. He's thinking like playing like that. What happens, gets injured, then he's back to square one again, you know? Big year for Curtis Jones. Him and Darwin, I said this was the year for Curtis and Darwin to really step it up. And I think they've both sort of let me down. Darwin got 2 yesterday. Curtis had a few good games this season. He's had a few good games. You know, I just feel like United game was the game I really wanted to see him.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking that question. I'm especially asking that question because I know I spoke out earlier in the program about how I was calling out Lawrence McKenna a little bit about this and about that, about his criticism of Nunez, and you know, in my comment, one of the people that did respond to my comment, it wasn't him that responded to it, but another person responded to it, and the person wanted to make sure that he said the real hero was Harvey in that game, not Nunez. And it's like one of those cases where I'm just like, okay, apparently we all have our own form of agendas that we want to take on, you know.
I didn't even go as far.
What
was this, Lawrence?
Oh, and Lawrence McKenna's, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's total Lawrence. That is total Lawrence McKenna. It's this whole thing to come out with God. I know everybody is thinking this but I'm Lawrence and I'm super intelligent. So what actually happened is this. I said, oh, shut the fuck up, man.
Okay.
Seriously. Yeah,
that's
such a McKenna thing to do. It's like, oh, I noticed something nobody else did. You all got drunk with Darwin, but I noticed what was actually the real thing. That guy is such a fraud. I don't know, man.
These are not all the opinions of everyone on the panel, Lawrence. Just so you know, just in
Well,
case
you
you
were calling him out. You can call him out all night. You're calling him out in Quasi Show or
Oh, I do. I definitely call him out because
This
he's
is
one
the
of
first
the
time I've met him.
he's one of the bigger names that gets the opportunities to speak on for Liverpool. But he was just making that reference. Look, I think Harvey's done a decent job when called upon. You know, unfortunately for him, much like Curtis Jones, the two players that we're in particularly speaking on, both of these players have just had unfortunate injuries that have kind of curtailed their pathway that they were on. I go even as far as to say with some can make the argument the same has been for not necessarily for injuries, but with Dom as well. Like as in, there's been a lot of attention drawn to our 10. Our 10 role has been something of a lot of attention. Now, I know people do have other ideas as to what a 10 should be. But again, I think that at some point, can we not all agree that the quote unquote, given definition of some of these roles aren't the definition that possibly our coach or maybe at least the system that is in play have for that role, for that position. And sometimes even so, they might tweak it here or there for that player that is playing that role or playing that position. Because I think Dom gives us a lot more intensity for defense, for instance, or with the amount of ground that he covers as well, than if you have Curtis in that role. But Curtis might be a little bit better of a ball dribbler than Dom is. But then if you're going to have those two aspects or those two talent sets that are differing in it, then how the team adjusts to properly to make the most of those capabilities is what I hope Slot can do. And that's the same. If we get the opportunity to see what Harvey can bring to 10, I'm interested to see what he'll bring to it, because he brings a whole different approach to the 10, I think, than Dom or even Curtis. And I think we can all agree on that, correct? Or no?
Yeah, he did the simple thing. Nice, Harvey. That 1-2 with Trent yesterday. Simple. Like, he just gave him the ball where he needed to go, Football's a simple game. It just depends on how you play it, And I think Elliot gives me more of a reassurance that he will do that type of pass than, say, Curtis. Curtis yesterday was in beautiful positions. You just didn't feel he's going to do anything with it. But with Harvey Elliott, we're thinking, you know what? I used to always say, Harvey Elliott's only problem is he can't cross the ball in a game. And within weeks, he started getting the ball, crossing beauties. He didn't even got to.
I was going to say, Harvey.
Yeah. He did it.
It's all about that.
It was mad.
Is this now?
I completely agree with this entire premise.
Now he can cross right now.
Fair,
All right, so we got two saying he can cross, two saying he can't cross.
No. I completely disagree with your entire premise with the RV and Sabo 10 thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Because my preference for my 10 isn't an RV type of player. So I see Sabazalai pick the ball up in a weird spot and rifles it off the crossbar. Elliot ain't rifling it off the crossbar. Elliot will more like try to curl it into the top corner. So the differences between the two players is for that reason why I wouldn't go for a Elliot type. When you're in the 10, you have to be good in tight spaces. I mean, if I hate blondes, it is what it is. But no, I see Sabazalai skipping through the box. I've never seen RV skip past a man. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying he can't. I don't remember RV beating a player. RV, the only beat he beats a player is to cut it back to go inside. RV right foot probably can give you one moment where he stepped up with his right foot and I was like, ooh. So for RV, his limitations, I'll take Dom over him all day, every day. No one is gonna say, oh, we got a shot on him. I see man splitting hairs talking about Harvey got a pass on him. Like Harvey, bro, like I said, for me, yeah, heart is the thing that's at the top of the list. When you talk about what does he bring to the table, heart. Second, energy. After that, you can throw whatever you want to throw in there. But I think he has more heart and energy than any specific attributes.
Yeah, that's his number one. Yeah.
I think
No,
you've got
I'm not even trying to
disrespectful
diss
to
the guy.
Harvey.
His heart could be on
I'm-
10 and his other attribute is on like 8 or whatever. I'm just telling you right now, his standout quality is heart, energy, and then the rest you can throw them in. I don't think no one will argue with you.
I think you're both dismissing Harvey's qualities. If I'm honest, man, he's not
Tell
just
me
a
his
half
number
player.
one quality. This is your
Look,
moment.
He can pass. He can whip it
So
in.
Harvey's known for passing.
No, he can. Subi, he can pass. He can whip it in. He can't-
Trent is known for passing. Dom, we know
He
he
can-
got
he
a
can-
shot on him. Gakpo got a shot on him. Every one of these players got something about him. Tell me what
Well-
Harvey number one thing is, if it's not.
Oh, I mean, Dom hasn't. I mean, when was the last time Dom scored the rocket?
No, it's not about scoring it, but we know he got a shot on him. No
Oh
one's
yeah,
debating.
but no, Harvey hasn't. It's not like Harvey hasn't scored long
No,
long
but
ranges.
what is
It's
Harvey's
just a
main
different
quality?
context.
Main quality from Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
No, he can pass. He can pass. He can shoot. He can make something happen.
I think what it is with Harvey Elliott and Szoboszlai is this. Harvey Elliott is like an airy type of a footballer where his shots will be top curlers, top pocket.
Yeah,
Where
but
Szoboszlai's bang. And that's the difference to them two number sort of 10s. Like you got them type of players who are like Salah's for me like a floater. Curl it top corner. Maybe has a little like a hard shot on him. And where Szoboszlai is get the ball and bang it straight, you know. And that's the difference between them two guys as footballers.
yeah. But the whole shooting episode, whether he curls it or bangs it in, I'm not bothered about that. It's still a shot on target. For me, Harvey out of the three, he's more attacking with it. He's more, can I find the pockets? Can I find a space? Can I find my man? If I have to cross it, I have to cross it. Yeah. In terms of beating the man, yeah. I mean, he doesn't really do it enough at all. He does it once in a blue moon. He should be doing that more, but he's more of an attacking number 10. Now, in terms of work rate and pressing, I mean, that's not a biggie. That's just standard. Every footballer that comes in the pitch, yeah, pace some is faster than the others. I mean, it's not like he's lazy. He's got a bit of work rate. I've seen him put tackles in, but if you're looking at a more attacking to hurt out Sobo and Harvey, to hurt between the lines and to get in where for our forward plays, that would be Harvey for me personally, per se.
JK, Brian, do you have? What do you feel?
Yesterday's pass, Harvey's pass to the 1-2 with Trent was out of the three guys, Szoboszlai, him, and Jones. Szoboszlai and Curtis, Szoboszlai and Harvey are the only two guys who would make that pass. I don't believe Curtis would make that pass. But out of the three, Harvey is the number one guy who would make that pass. And Szoboszlai is very good at 1-2s, that type of football. He's very good at that. But yesterday's pass that Harvey played for Trent, he's the guy out of them three who would do that pass. But Curtis wouldn't do that. He'll hold on to the ball, maybe trying to turn or whatever, you know. Harvey Elliott's first inkling is, what can I do to open them up or score a goal or whatever it is? He's the sort of an attacking type of guy. He's got it in his blood, you know. He wants to do something with it. Where Curtis, I'm not really sure where he's at in that way. What's in his blood? Does he want to be a sort of defensive, like make sure everything's sound, or I want to score goals and get assists and stuff? But for me, Harvey, good little player. But I agree with Zubri in that way. His passion is his number one attribute. Without that, I don't think he would be that good. But because he's got that in him, he makes him a better player. So I'm happy with him being here with us. He's like 21 years old. And I think he's happy to stay at Liverpool. He's living his dream. He's living his dream right now.
I'm sorry, man. Said, yo, an unpopular opinion. If we get 40 mil for Harvey, I would take it, brother.
That's because
brother. I'll take 25 mil. I'm not even.
Wow, you man are really disrespecting Harvey.
I didn't know that was going to go that.
You are really disrespecting Harvey.
That's a loaded statement to catch you now, just to give you perspective. Yeah.
No, Zubi, I have to stop it because I know
no, Brian, but it's loaded, and I'll unload it, and then you.
And I'll let you get to it.
This season, Harvey
No,
only
you
played
just
56
lowballed
minutes.
yourself. That's all I'm saying, Zuby.
No.
You
This season,
just
Harvey's
lowballed
played
yourself on
56 minutes. This season, Harvey's played 56 minutes, 8 games. That means, what does that mean? Value drop. That means
We
value
got
drop.
20, Zuby, we got 25 million for Carvalho. You think we're getting the same
No.
money?
I hear what you're about to say, but what I'm saying is the Harvey we've seen, the glimpses this season, 56 minutes top, might be 53. Here's the catch. We got Chiesa for 13 mil. I thought that was a steal. Chiesa only played 21 minutes in the Prem. So Harvey just doubled those minutes. So if Chiesa is 13 mil, and we know Chiesa have somewhat of more highs than Harvey, and he went for 13, I'm telling you right now, if you double that, you get 26. I'll take 26 for Harvey in this season, in this moment.
I wouldn't, bro.
Check the stats. The stats dictate his value have dropped.
But that Subi, and I hear you, but it wouldn't matter because we've seen with Brewster, we've got 30 mil for Brewster. So there will be clubs that will spend 40 mil on Harvey.
Yeah, I see that.
They would. So regardless of his minutes or not, it doesn't matter.
He's got a name sort of thing. He played for Liverpool, you know, in important games and stuff. But for me, the way I would not sell him tomorrow, because the day after we're not getting no one to replace him. Hence why I'd rather keep him. We're not going to get no one if we got 40 million from him.
Okay, Rasta Crabby, you're saying that you don't know what Harvey's position is when he's a number 10, but okay, you want to get rid of him. He's not consistent enough, but I'm asking the question, what's so great? And I like Dom. What's so great about Dom that he's clear of Harvey?
Let's stop focus on our players and do what Michael is suggesting there. You see the other players that's in the 10, in and around Harvey's age, maybe 2 or 3 years older than him. Bro, the way they move and their impact, I can't see, bro. Sometimes I don't even see Curtis doing that. Like Curtis doing what Gallagher was doing for Palace in that. Can't see him doing that. So some of these players only at Liverpool, they have that type of value. Anywhere else, I don't know if it translates. Bro, Gibbs White, bro. I can't see Elliot going to Nottingham Forest doing Gibb White things. Look at my man that we let go, Carvalho, that went to wherever he went to. He's not doing that. Is Carvalho doing the things he said he was going to do for Liverpool?
He's hardly played. He's on the bench for Brentford. He's hardly started in his natural position. So
no, but I'm just trying to show you. If Harvey leaves here, I think it'll be much of the same. So that's why I took away the heart and the energy thing, because you're only bringing that because of Liverpool and the fans. The fans kind of give you that. Players don't come here because they got the heart. They come here and we give them that, bro. Robbo was at Hull, and he chased down a man against City, and he just transformed into this whole new player whenever he hear the Anfield crowd. Like Anfield gave him that. Robbo never came here with a shit ton of quality. So some things, when you play for Liverpool, you go up a notch because of the way the fans adore you, sing for you, the atmosphere. We do pick players up. I feel like Harvey's one of them players we actually just picked up. So, and Robbo, the same thing. So there are some of these little 5 mil to 20 mil players just being at Liverpool. Yeah, you want to slap 15 mil on them, but I'm telling you, I'll just take the base price.
Wow.
I'm not taking Harvey with the taxes.
All right,
Brewster with the taxes. Brewster was a 10 mil player.
Just
slap 25 mil tax on top of that.
Yeah, I think
Harvey,
basically
25 mil. You want to slap a 15 tax on there? It's fine, but I'll take base pay. Is all I'm saying.
Basically, I think
He's mocking
it.
mocking it.
Yeah,
go on, Brian. Sorry, Brian.
I think basically what Zuby is saying, right, is if like we pick Carvalho up for like 5 million on a tribunal, right? Comes to Liverpool, doesn't quite work out. We sell him to Brentford for 25 million. If Leicester had picked up Carvalho on a tribunal, 5 million, and it didn't quite work out, they're not selling him for 25 million or 20 million. You know, that's not going to happen. I think that's what Zuby is saying, is because he came to Liverpool, it's like, oh, geez, he was good enough for Liverpool. I think that's basically all what he was saying. And that's 100% true. Yeah, if he'd gone to Leicester for 5 million, didn't quite work out, they might get 8 million back. but because he's a Liverpool guy, yeah, that's just what I was thinking on that. Yeah, definitely. Like we get that extra money because
I think
yeah, buying
I
from
think
us.
mhm.
If he
Don't
goes to
get fish.
another club, a
Yeah,
tiny
no, I was
club,
going to ask you this though,
yeah,
Brian. I was asking this and continue so you can continue your point. Do you not agree though, possibly that teams have, as of late, undervalued or try to get? I mean, every team is going to try to get the best value or best price they can, obviously. But the ratings or the price tags that we set for our players are often not the price tags that are set or believed to be accepted by other clubs for our players. We see them trying to always get, every team's always going to try to get a deal on a player. That's obvious. I'm not trying to say that they're not, but it seems like there are teams out there that have gotten some enormous value for their players, and there can be an argument that Edwards has done well with this last summer, or not Edwards, but Hughes, that we, or at least Liverpool in general, because I don't know who was the actual. I guess Hughes was the actual sporting director that got that deal over the line. But my point is, do you not think that we tend to not get the real proper value for some of these players that should and could be getting high prices for their services, or high prices for their value or player level,
no,
but yet they look at them as, oh, they're just a I'll finish the point. They act as if they're just good because they played in a Klopp system, or oh, they're just good because they're a system player, something along those lines.
No, we've excelled at getting top money for players. That was what Edwards was getting loaded for when he came in. 20, uh, what was it? 15 million for Jordan Ibe, 10 million for Brad Smith, 20 odd million for Solanke. He was the guy that came in and said, "No, look, these guys may not be good enough to play for Liverpool, but what you're doing is you're just letting them go for fuck all. You need to manipulate the market. You need to get top dollar. Ryan Brewster, 20 million. What's happened to him? Solanke, 20 odd million. And the payday we got when he moved to Spurs. We kind of, that was the thing that we got known for, was like basically selling, kind of okay players for like 10, 8, 9, 15 million. So I think we've always been at the forefront of that recently in terms of, extracting maximum value. But Chelsea, say a team like Chelsea, they've taken it a step further, where they bring guys into their academy for 12 million, never actually expect them to make the first team, and then kind of churn them into a 28 million kind of guy. Where we've just done it, where we've been really good at getting the most. It's like, hey, look, if you want our players, yeah, we don't need them, or we don't want them to say we're prepared to sell them, but that doesn't mean they're trash. So if you want them, you're going to pay proper money for them. So I think that's what we should be doing right now. I don't like the churn policy that Chelsea do, where it's basically like a factory kind of thing. Uh, but I've always been a fan of us, being a bit more savvy. We were never savvy. We always thought like we're LFC, it'll get us through. We don't need to do the commercial shit the other teams do. We're LFC. Nah, man, that's dropped you. We need to be savvy now. And I like the fact that we're savvy that way. Another team would have just let Rhian Brewster go for 5 minutes, Solanke go for like 7 minutes. We're like, no, we're gonna. You want this player? 20 million, build them up. I like that about us, But yeah, it's not what a lot of fans want to hear. Talking about buying a player and selling a player, making a profit on them, that kind of thing. But if these players aren't good enough, at the very least, you should be able to make them into a player who another team can go, yeah, but they can do a job for us, you know, and then give them and make money and shit. It's horrible. I hate talking about shit like making money on players like their products or something, you know. But that's just how the world works these days. You know, I'd rather be a team that does that properly than a team that does that badly.
Okay. JK, do you have a differing opinion?
Like in that way, I agree with it. In if you got a player and he doesn't make it, you got to make a profit on him. And I think because we're Liverpool Football Club, we can get away with it. Like Brian said about Leicester, if they had Carvalho, they would never get that figure we got for him. You know, so for me, Liverpool got that sort of name. As soon as you play for Liverpool, you're guaranteed to get a good little bit of money in for any player. Harvey Elliott would go for 40 million. It'd be like no problem. But I reckon to keep the club sort of financial and making money, fans don't mind that. I don't mind that. If the guy is not going to be good enough for Liverpool, I don't mind getting a player on the cheap, let him work with us for 2 years. Yeah, he's improved as a player, no doubt, but he's not going to be a regular for Liverpool. I don't mind making a 15, 20 million pound profit on him. Why not? That's the way football is, you know, they're assets like an estate agent.
Okay. Nolante?
Oh, this is interesting tonight. Yeah, I'm just JK and Steve. I'm just fucking passion, you know, passion in the heart. Now, I think I get it, but I think you're both being disingenuous to Harvey, man. He's a good player. I mean, Klopp. Look, let's just put it this way, yeah. When he signed Young, he was rated at Fulham. He played at 15. A lot of clubs wanted him. We played him, and obviously, you took your time. He made an impact. You know how Klopp had his forwards in and out. You know what I mean? And then obviously, you know, and then I think what season was it? And then obviously, he's finally getting games, and he started the 21-22 season on form on fire. I think he played. Did he play the City game? He was playing well, and then obviously the unfortunate leg break, you know. And then after that, even in our worst season, 22-23, he was pushed into a midfield three. There's not position when certain players, certain men were bailing out or legs are gone. And yeah, he was inconsistent in and out. Him and Bashicic, they done as well as they could, you know. Harvey, you know, and he improved and he played games and he improved. He started to be, and then last season, yeah, he came on, made some crucial goals, and he got his chance and he took it. It's like a bit like Endo last season. He took it. You know what I mean? So in regards to Harvey, yeah, I mean, I know Rasta is saying like Don, but my number 10, I'm not bothered about lungs and running. That I don't care about that as a 10. That's just football standard. That's just like if you can't be professional, everyone can do it. It's just some are faster than the others. Like I want my 10 to be a killer. I want my 10 to set up, do his bit when it needs to. The team, the defense and the midfield, they do their job, and let my 10 do his thing at the top. So in terms of Harvey, again, I mean, Slot, again, it's very hard because saying, I know, Rasta, you did say in the chat that you reckon Slot's not playing, but Slot was using him a lot in pre-season, and Harvey, you know, him and Curtis were the ones that were complimentary of Slot, and obviously the injuries come. We know what happens. You have a long-term injury, certain players have their position, and it's going to take a while, so you can't really say Harvey's done anything but because he's just, I mean, personally, he deserves his running games at some point, but would he get it? I doubt it because the team's set up a certain way now. And so, both he might get the cup. I think he's good enough, but if we're going to sell Harvey, then you might as well give me a top quality player. And I don't want no like, oh, he's a decent player. I need a world class 10. I don't want just someone just for the sake, oh, he's just a little bit better than Harvey. That's what I'm saying. Look, Harvey can do a job, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? We move.
Yeah, but I like Harvey Elliott, bro. I wouldn't sell him. Like, no, that's a no-brainer for me.
No, I don't know why Harvey.
I know. I'm a bit surprised, but you know, it's fine. Everyone's opinion. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell him.
I
like him.
Curtis.
He's proven
I mean,
it.
if we had part of my Team Capri Suns on the panel, I know that the streets are here, but I mean, I'm sure they would probably be taking their shots at Dom. I mean, like,
Oh, Dom is resurrected, bro. He's found his feet now. Since the Tottenham 6-3 game, look at Dom's energy levels. Totally different. He's set in now. Like, his mind is right to play for Liverpool Football Club right now. He was good yesterday as well. He played against Accrington Stanley. He was ill as well. But for me, since the Tottenham game, every game he's played, yeah, that's what I want from him. At least what he's showing, you know.
Mhm.
I'm really happy for him. And I'd rather play him than, say, Curtis Jones. Yeah, out the two. If I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick Szoboszlai.
I'm glad that some people are finally coming around to the fact that Dom does contribute, and he definitely contributes, even though he's not necessarily scoring bags of goals or giving out crazy assists. He still is contributing. He almost scored, actually, though. If he had scored, I'm sure people would have possibly even had a little bit of different opinion on even Dom. A little bit more praise for Dom yesterday. Dom was actually our best player, I think, in that first half.
Yeah, he's picked up
big time. He stepped up at least. Feels like 70-80%. He just stepped it up, you know. He's like, because at Leipzig he was the top guy. Everything it was all revolved around him. He ain't had that at Liverpool yet, and I think slowly he's getting used to it, playing with Salah and all these guys. And he wants to be a type of guy. He wants to run the show in the game. He does still want to be a bystander, and he sort of hurt his sort of feelings because at Leipzig he was the guy, but at Liverpool he wasn't the guy. We had a few other players who were doing that role. But I think he knows now we can win the Premier League. Have you noticed how certain players have sort of changed their mind set in the way they really realize we can win the league right now? And Szoboszlai is that one of the guys whose mind is just like bang. Like, I'm playing in a team that's serious now, you know. I better step up. Curtis Jones is waiting. Whoever, Chiesa, and whoever's in the background. Because at Liverpool, you know your position is not really safe unless you're Virgil. Even Trent's position wasn't safe with Bradley playing well, you know. So there's only certain players who've got that position set.
Let me ask this last question then, or one of the last questions. Well, I'll ask the panel if they have something else they want to bring up before we do end the show. But what I wanted to ask, since I just saw Crab say something, and this is something that's very interesting because I hear this narrative presented quite a bit. He said, "We get a proper 6, Dom will deliver." Why has it taken a long time, even though we've seen the emergence of Grav as a 6, something that I put out there, I put that out there last year, and I got ridiculed as being the American with the crazy ideas. But I mean, like, why does the fact that we've seen Grav, whether it was in the very beginning, some might put it as, oh well, we don't have the number of games to really judge him by, or oh maybe this is a fluke and he's just had a couple of games, or But why is it that people can't really conceptualize the fact that Grav has definitely taken the role of a 6 and become so important to this team that he is a guaranteed starter for this team as the 6. Now, you want to go one step further, McAllister, who has played a 6 for Brighton, but is now playing a 6. Now, albeit there's those of us that do want to possibly see Maka play as a 10, but when I hear someone say, "Oh, we need a proper 6," is it maybe a sense of they're still thinking of Fabinho, maybe, when it comes to their idea of a 6? Maybe they're even thinking of a Rodri, maybe, which is somewhat of a unicorn of a 6, somewhat. But can't we just accept the fact that we have a proper 6 in that we have a very good 6 in Grav? Is that
I would say he's a different type of 6. He isn't like a Rodri type of 6. He's a 6.
Right. There's many different types of 6 is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And I think that people are just so stuck on that you have to be a destroyer as the only type of 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
He's both.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead. Or JK, excuse me.
No, I think like when you watch how Gravenberch moves with the ball and opens up space by just moving his body, you realize he's a bit of a very knowledgeable type of player. Like when you watch his game, he's very good opening space in the way he moves his body. And I think like I see it sometimes. Yesterday he took a shot. He wants to score as well. Like I realize he's taking shots now as well. For me, Gravenberch, if I have to pick player of the season, he's in there, like in the conversation. Him, Virgil, Gapco, for example, the Dutch guys. But for me, Gravenberch, well done, man. He's done well. He gets stuck in as well, you know. But right now, I don't think a guy who just sits there is the way probably Slot wants to play. He probably wants a 6 who can run with the ball. A lot of 6s don't really run with the ball, where Gravenberch can run with the ball.
Okay. Latte, you wanted to comment on that, or Brian, or even?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll jump in here. I don't think it's the actual player that's the issue. I think what's missing is the issue. And what's missing is we don't have 2 of Gravenberch. So you see all of the men that's in the 10. We actually have 4 players from midfield that can play in the 10. Not to count Gakpo playing in the 10, or even Diaz playing in the 10, or Salah playing in the 10. Like the 10 for me is a position where their man can play in there. The double pivot or the 6, we don't have that. None of us is really going to trust Trent in there. Yeah, Trent can drive with the ball, but he ain't press resistant. He ain't silky dribbling. He's just running at it into space. That's the only thing Trent offers there. Passing, great, but he ain't press resistance. I've never seen Trent drop the shoulder and shimmy 2-man, break 2-man, none of that, bro. So the thing with Gravenberch is what he brought to the 6 for us, we haven't seen that in a minute, bro. We haven't seen that in a long time. Because Fabinho, yeah, he's great with the tackling, dicing, cleaning man up and all of that good stuff. Genie, press resistant, he'll drive every now and then. But a master in the craft, now we've never had that. Doing what he's doing damn near Busquets stuff. and that's a nod to like how unique he is to us. We've never had a Busquets type player that just off the body flicker just feint 2-man and create space for himself. Like he does that very consistent. If you take him out the game, we lose that element. Sometimes we are using Gravenberch as the player to break the press. Normally we break the press by spamming a ball, bypassing midfield. Now with Gravenberch, we can actually use the channels in the middle of the park to break the press. That's mad. Think about us back in the day. We get impressed. We go all the way back to the keeper, right back, diagonal, ball over the top. We're in. Gravenberch is the one that's giving us that channel through the middle of the park. And to be fair to him, last season, I see him use some out off the Trent whenever Trent hit the big ball. And I'm like, yo, well, bypass in the middle of the park. So how the man in the midfield going to shine? And I think that's what Slot changed differently. If you notice, everything's kind of going through the middle. If it ends up wide, fine, but everything is going through the middle. So much so, our fullbacks are running into the middle to start everything from the middle. I'm telling you, man, what he's offering us, it's a shame we don't have someone else to come in and do it. And that's what differentiates him from all the other midfield. And that's why it's really hard for us to say, yeah, that's what we need, because we don't have another one. So I don't think I've heard another player said Gravenberch is doing Busquets stuff. And I was watching a replay of a clip of Busquets, and I'm just like, rah! This is exactly what Gravenberch is doing. Just moving his body and running past 2-men like they don't exist effortlessly as well. I'm just like, this don't look difficult. Why no one else can do this? Bro, it's clearly difficult because Busquets was making it look easy. And right now, Gravenberch in our team is making it look easy. And I'm looking at all the other men. I'm going like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like I said, we have 10 men that can play in the 6 and 1 man that can do what Gravenberch is doing. And that's Gravenberch. you might just look at what Gravenberch is doing as a one-off. You won't even respect it. You see what I'm trying to say, 12?
Mhm.
Everybody
Well, yeah.
else kind of overlap except for him.
Mhm.
There's no other player overlapping with him.
Yeah, I
So
think
it's easy to dismiss what he's doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because you
Right.
have nothing to measure it to.
Zuberi, Declan Rice, 100 million pounds. That's what I'll say.
Yep.
Can't even get on the game. Can't even get on the pitch for 100 million pounds for Declan Rice. What's Gravenberch worth? He's twice the player Declan Rice is.
Yep.
Twice the player.
Like, tell me this: Would you rather have Partey playing the 6 for us, or would you rather have Gravenberch playing the 6?
Nah, I think you're being disrespectful. I think you should have asked it the other way against Rice.
No.
When you asked it against Partey, it looks mad, bro. But I'll tell you what, Partey at right back put in some good performances for them.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. He did part.
So
He did
that piece right there. But no, you're right,
also,
Irishman.
but you could also say, real quick, Zuby, you could also say that Grab has done a part playing right center back for us.
Or emergency, yeah. Or change of formation, yeah.
Enz cooked him one day. He let a pass in.
Oh, come on. One day he let a pass in.
One day you woke up a bed.
Mind you, I've seen Gravenberch slid in the box to prevent crosses from coming in bare times. The one pass he lets in, Enz was cooking him. Said, yes, Gravenberch to blame. Shouldn't have left the cross in. I'm just like, bro, you can't win with some of these fans.
I know. What is that?
No, well, you can't go. Coach Enz, man. Coach Enz is one of those. I don't want to be. I wouldn't like to be one of those kids Coach Enz is taking out to the field.
Nah, Irishman, to be fair, he posts up some of the kids. I hope he gets full permission and the parents are calm. Bro, I'm not saying it's Enz making them look saucy or Enz just get saucy kids to train. But nah, they look dope, man. I see the footwork of some of the kids he's working with. I don't know if it's him enhancing the footwork or they came to him with the footwork. The kids are nasty. I'm telling you right now, nasty.
Okay, good for them. I wish them all success, certainly. But
I'm trying to remember the names to see if I'll see them pop up at Liverpool.
See them pop up later on, the Wonder Kids later on.
That'd be dope. Can't tell Enz nothing at that point. Enz gonna be like, I was the one that worked on that left foot, you know?
No, Zuby, it'll be over then. If one of his boys makes it to Melwood, it's over, dude. Just fucking forget it. It's done. It's finished.
I'll tell you this: if you think that Trent's brother is a little bit difficult agent to work.
You're gonna say Enz is the reason why we didn't sign the player?
Yeah, exactly. Money. Yeah. He'll be on some show me the money.
Big up Coach Enz every time, man. But yeah, that's what I think about Gravenberch, and I don't know if a lot of football fans or Liverpool fans are really appreciating what we're doing. Like the shift. Obviously, there was a shift from Kenny to Rodgers and then Rodgers to Klopp, and Klopp held that for so long. I don't think a lot of people fully appreciate the shift, and Gravenberch is definitely at the heart of that shift. He really is, but some players, we still fantasize about a 10. We haven't had a proper 10 for 9 years. Like a real 10 that played in the 10-10. We've never really had that for 9 years. So I think we're so longing for the 10. We don't even appreciate what Gravenberch is really kicking up down there, man. And he is the system. Remember when Bobby was our system? Bro, I'll tell you right now, Gravenberch is our system.
That's what the
amount of crosses I see him block defensively, the amount of press I see him break, the amount of driving runs he goes on, bro, he is our system.
He's the road that ties the room together.
Yeah. But again, I was only trying to bring that up, but maybe Partey is a little bit of as we said, a dirty trick of mine or something, or being.
No, it's not that bad.
It was just a freebie. It was basically a freebie. It's a charity handout for Gravenberch. I can't see no one making that argument for Partey. Not even an Arsenal fan.
There's some from the Gooners' perspective that say Partey is like a big reason as to whether they win or lose is because of if Partey has
he's good. Partey's good, man. He's been Arsenal's best midfielder this season. He's been better than Rice.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
think so too.
$100
That's
million
why,
his
I brought him
defensive
up.
contribution.
All due respect to Rice, I brought him up Partey because I think Partey's been better than Rice, and I don't. But yet Rice has all the because he's England and because he's $100 million
but 12,
player.
most of
That was the
Partey
point we're
thing
making.
comes from the right back. He played right back for a few games for them, and he was very pivotal over there. So the thing for Partey is he's more valuable than Rice in the sense of, yeah, he does his fair share in the middle, but he does a job anywhere they put him. Anywhere they put Partey, he does the job, so he's more consistent. Whereas Rice he's only good in that one area. It's like on crosses. If you take away, that's unfair, but Rice for them has only been off set piece. It hasn't been from open play. You see what I'm trying to say? Where Partey, he's in that fight for 90 minutes. Rice only shows up on corners and set pieces. Yeah, he got the dangerous delivery, but that's all he's doing. So Rice right now is like special teams.
Well, there was another one. Me and Michael again haven't been agreeing on a lot, but then hey, we just had two parts that we disagreed on. He brought up, how about even Ugarte? You could say that. Would you rather have Ugarte as in if the summer was here and we had to pick? We're trying to figure out. Oh, we got to get the 6 figured out, And Ugarte is the choice. I know that was a player that apparently that we were at times loosely linked with, but we never pulled the trigger on, obviously, the deal. Now he's a Red Devil. He's a player, again, like there are those 6s out there that are going to be, maybe highly coveted players, but yet are they going to be a player that you're going to get the kind of production or output from that you were getting out of Grab?
Yeah, that's what separates Rodri as well. That's a good point, That's a good point. I think that's why they wanted that Zubimendi guy. And then N said he did the scouting and found Ederson. I think it's a Brazilian double pivot. Does the same thing Zubimendi's doing.
Andre?
From Atalanta.
He's out of
It was
Atalanta.
Edison.
Atalanta.
Atalanta. Atalanta. And the only thing I see with them is their ball playing 6. Press resistant, can drive with the ball, and basically affect the top end of the pitch. I don't know if Ugarte got an assist in him or, can beat him. And I don't know if he got that, but I know he got everything else as far as cleaning up the back line, covering the pitch. I don't know if he got that impact at the top end. And nowadays, I feel like the shift is going away from, your destroyers like Hendo. Hendo's a certified destroyer. But it's like we need more at the top end of the pitch. And for Rice, he got the delivery on him. Partey don't have the delivery at the top end. But playing in the back line, Partey can play anywhere across that back 4 and sit in front of that back 4. So that's the difference between a Partey comparison and a Rice comparison. Rice will do something at the top. Partey is going to do something at the back. Ugarte, he's in the bracket of doing something in the back. You know what I mean? Where Grav is doing on both ends. Like I said, I've seen putting a defensive shift in. Yeah, and he's also affecting things up at the top of the pitch. Now, he's not the greatest up there, but I'll tell you what, he's going to bring you the ball up there every time, consistently breaking a 2-man press.
Yeah. I honestly do think that
Sorry, I just said 100 million quid for Rice. Like that's the point here. Like Partey can probably do more than Rice can do.
Yeah,
100 million quid for just a guy who's pretty much solid at DM. Nothing special about him at all. They set a precedent. These people, if you go around paying 100 million quid for people like that, other people have to go and pay 60, 70, 80 million quid for people who should only be 20 or 30. Declan Rice for triple figures is insanity. He can't even get on the bench or on the pitch in some of their games recently. Jorginho was starting over him in big games. 100 million quid.
Yeah,
that's just stupid. That's really stupid.
It is. And again, I think I don't know. I'll go real quick because we're going up like 10 more minutes. This is what I brought up yesterday. I believe it was yesterday's episode. I'd love to hear Zuby's thoughts on it as well. But I honestly think that six that you are alluding to, that six that we might need as a alternative, so that we can allow for Grab to get some time to kind of maintenance himself and the likes. And he was asked this question too, by the way. Grab was asked, you're getting playing time, you're getting more minutes than you've ever really gotten in your career. At the six, you're obviously being utilized quite a bit. Or do you think you have it in the tank is this in the tank for you to be able to keep this up and the likes? And he's like, look, I'm loving every minute of getting an opportunity to start, and he's not looking to pass up on the opportunity of starting over the fact of, oh yeah, I think that I need to get rest, or I need to maintenance the time that I'm gonna be on the pitch. But the player I've been saying that I think that is a player out there that we could revisit in getting, even though he is a part of the Prem. And now that we have seen Liverpool do this before, which is allow for be a player that we had as a target, allow for them to get picked up by another team in the Prem, allow for us to see Prem quote unquote tested, as a lot of people like to put out there, allow for that player to become Prem tested, and then we go in and get the player, since we've already made a lot of the ground rules. And that is, I think we possibly should go for that for Andre. Yeah, as Brian was just saying. So that's the player I'm looking at.
Wait, all of this build-up was to come back to Andre Wolf.
Yeah. Zuby's disappointed. Zuby is disappointed with the reveal. Zuby is disappointed with the reveal. Okay.
Nah, bro.
I was thinking he was gonna say, man.
You know what it is, bro? It's like telling me a guy from high school, yo, if you seen her now, and I seen her and she ain't hitting the way you said, bro. Bro, like I'm expecting like this big glow up, and I'm like, wait, Prem, what am I missing, bro? You said nah, bro, that ship has sailed, fam. Nah, man. Yo, Yates. I'm not saying we should go for Yates. I just want you to know, Yates this season has made more of an impact than Andre.
Yates.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No, it's not an attack on you. It's just your take. When you said Andre, you lost me, fam.
I think that you'd be surprised. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You bring up his numbers. You could actually go against him.
I'm not knocking the numbers. It was just not a name, because I'm thinking performance, right? Oh, maybe the guy's performing on the low.
I'll go to this, Luis, Juventus.
Yeah, that's a good shot. I'll bring him back.
Let me go see the numbers, because I feel like I might have attacked you there. I apologize.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Andre's numbers are half decent, or at least he's been playing well. He's been playing for Wolves. He's been playing well for Wolves. And as a team, like it's one of those players. Like there are some teams, especially Wolves, are bottom of the league, bottom of the table league type team right now. They'll be fortunate that they don't get if they fall into relegation. That's definitely a target I would look at, And that's the thing, is that there are some good players on some bad teams out there, And I'm not saying that Andre's going to start. I'm not saying that Andre should start instead of or in front of Grav, but everyone's looking for these players that are going to be able to provide us some type of coverage, if not at least some type of maintenance, or some type of player that gives you the ability to rotate. Andre could be that player. He brings a lot of the things that you're talking about, the ability, I'm sure a lot of us tuned in when he was playing in Brazil. But I mean, if you see, he has the ability to actually turn and dribble with the ball. His passing isn't next level, but he does have the ability to play defense. And that's something that we are all touting for Grav right now. And I think that Andre has a level of it. I'm not saying he's at the level of what I think Grav has in his ability to, use his stride and really push the ball forward from box to box. But I will say that Andre does have the ability to provide a lot of those pieces of the puzzle that we need when Grav's not in the lineup. I don't know if that made it any sexier for you or not, Kazubi. But
I'm looking at the stats. Yeah, I'm looking at the stats because, like I said, I just wanted to make sure I was able to see what you're seeing and correct it, because I'm looking at his aerial duels, 14%. Gravenberch aerial duels 75%. Now, granted, Gravenberch played more games. I haven't got to the games. I just want to see what they're actually doing. Bro, he's at 30 tackles. Gravenberch has 105. But like again, it goes to the games played, right? But in his 30, he had a 66% tackles won. Gravenberch is at 59. There's no stat he's like blowing Gravenberch out the water in. Like Gravenberch,
I'm not saying he's beating Grav. I'm not saying
no. I'm just trying to show you that I don't see anything eye catching, and to be even the other American wow takes. If I pull up Yates stats, there'll be something in there that trumps Gravenberch. That's the point I'm trying to show you.
Oh, no way.
You don't think so? I'm right here.
I'm sure there's probably a stat out there. You know how
it's probably not, but just for entertainment.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some stats out
there.
There
is though. Big up to Yates, though.
But there's no way that you would say Yates or Grav. Who's the better player? If not, who's having the better season?
It's just in one or two stats. That's all. Because like I said, Andre Gravenberch is mopping him in all the stats. Right off the rip. Yates got a goal. Grav doesn't.
Wow.
Shots on target. Mad. Shots total. Shots on target. Nah, Yates is an attacking threat, man. Now that was funny. Still, I didn't expect that.
I did.
That's mad.
We'll see. We need. I mean, for what we're saying, I guess Brian, JK, Galante, you guys want to chime in real quick? You want to pile in on my Andre thing or something, or?
It's a nice day today. I mean, Sunday was a nice day. What did you get up to today, mate? I mean, I just took it easy. How about you guys?
That's the turn of the wheel right there. I didn't know where that was going. Okay.
Yeah, for me, Andre, no, not for me, because like he's not really playing. He's in like a relegation battle. Douglas Luiz played it. He was on the subs bench against AC Milan. He got 15 minutes at the end, so he's not a starter really. I'd go and get him. I just think with his sort of at Villa, he was top guy. If there's no one else about him, is the guy I'll probably go for now.
You know I do like Douglas Luiz. I said that.
I think he's a good little player.
But that means I mean, I'm sure some of us wouldn't mind it, but we'd have to try to figure out a way to get his girlfriend to play for the women's team for Liverpool, I guess, or something.
You said this, yeah. Another transfer.
Mind that, but
oh, good. I'll tell you what quickly. If you wanted the Wolves player, his partner, João Gomez, he's the guy.
Yeah, I know João Gomez is. I know KJ rates him.
Yeah. He's the guy.
Yeah.
There's a few names out there. Belieber at Brighton. Chukwemeni.
Yo, I'm surprised you man ain't really rating the Yates talk, man.
It's his name, Yates.
No.
We'll call him Ryan, innit? Man's going for 15 million, bro. Homegrown as well.
I'd rather watch paint dry. Forget him. No, I'm sorry. Come on, we're digging deep there. We're going down to the well, mate. Yates.
Yates.
Is that
you know what's mad?
That's
what
what's mad.
Yeah?
Right?
Like
you know what's mad? Yeah, you know what's mad? I told Enz, I think it was Enz, that Forest is the team to beat. And everyone was like, oh, Zabiri, you're talking like you're gassing up Forest. And this season, Forest team, I can't speak for all the players in there because some of them, or most of them, this just might be the highest point of their entire career. And that's fine. And that is fine. But I'm telling you, what you're seeing from Forest is what we should be measuring our players to and the standards to, because they have like the third best defense in the league, if not joint with us. So what I'm trying to show you, man, is looking for players down that's in the relegation battle. They're at a different part in their season. Like they're back against the wall. They're not like on the front foot. Every Forest player has been on that front foot, doing the same thing we're doing, running the same type of game we're running, whether it's clinical counter, breaking the press. Because remember, Forest tactics is almost like Jurgen Klopp first years with the Gangnam press style. Like that's basically, we'll call it Liverpool 0.1. Like that one, then we'll go 2.0, whatever. Forest is on 0.1, like the original Liverpool pattern, where they just got runners in the middle and all of that. So if we're picking any player from the Prem, we'll go that route. And the fact that they play a low block only makes us more defensively. Because for you to be low block, you have to run quickly back when you're getting counters on. So when we sit back, Liverpool is most dangerous when we counterattack teams. A lot of people think, oh, we're this great team to break down the low block. We've always struggled against low block. We're most dangerous when teams come at us. So if we're going for a player, the player needs to be in that same ilk. Like Curtis Jones to me isn't built in that. He doesn't even fit that. Curtis Jones in a counterattack, you've probably seen it once in like 5 years. Yates in a counterattack is every game. So you're picking a player up. Andre, I don't know, man. 12, I'm going to be honest, bro. I think he went to the wrong team. Wolves wasn't it?
Yates.
Wolves wasn't it?
We ghosted him.
I can't believe you're going. You're
Andre.
Yates.
No,
I know. We're talking about
yeah,
possibly
this is getting low
next-
now.
the
This is
next
getting
six.
desperate.
You know what's
Brazil-
crazy?
The next six
You know
for
what's crazy?
Brazil.
Earlier in the programming, we're talking about fight and all of that great stuff. I'm telling you, Yates bring more fight than Andre. Everything
Yates
you
is
men
good.
said was describing Yates. So the fact that 12 man brought it to Andre, that's why I'm thrown off. All the criteria we was talking about earlier, all you men gonna look me in the eye right now and say, Zabir, we're throwing it out the window because the whole time you men are talking, y'all man was talking about Yates. So for you man to bring it back to Andre ain't winning no midfield battle against Newcastle. You see how Newcastle bullied us in the middle of the park? You see how Southampton ran through the middle of... Bro, Andre ain't the fix for them type of games. Yates is, bro. I'm not on the Yates train. I'm just saying to 12 man's one name, I feel like
Oh,
Yates,
you're counteracting it. You're counteracting
Yates
that.
counteract
with
that.
Yates.
It's the perfect name
No.
to counteract it.
No. Yates is 27 years
Well,
old. Andre is 23. That's the big difference.
So we'll call him Ryan Henderson then. Might as well just call him that then. Ryan Yates Henderson.
Yeah, exactly.
The English.
We can call him Yates McTominay, man, because hey, boy got energy.
Oh, the horrible names.
Jeez.
Oh god, horrible. Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, we've got Salah, and Yates. Oh my god. Oh.
Yates. Oh my god.
You know, it's like something you put in your mouth and something is disgusting. It's foul. You have to spit it.
Right?
Liverpool's
But
midfield.
you're thinking,
I hate what you're saying, Tippy. I see what you mean.
That was shocking.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You're just counteracting what 12 is saying. 12 is just open a can of worms.
Yeah, nah, 12 hate that, 12 was like, damn, man, I was trying to build up the Andre thing, man. Now, Yates isn't a good moment, though. We don't know if it's consistent. 27,
Yates
it could be the high.
Still be Yates is Yates. I've got me saying Yates now. Andre's about to be the next starting six for Brazil. He's going to also be a player that Wolves believe in him so much they got him signed to 2029 or something like that. It's not an easy transfer to get across the line. But then again, if Wolves do get relegated, that's a player I think that we could or should go in the market for, certainly in the summertime. If we can get him in January, it'd be fantastic. But I mean, like as in summertime, yeah. From a team, I think he would be a good player. And he brings not only, he has low wages currently. I know no people want to hear that part, but that's the business part about it. He is 23 years old, so he's a young player, young enough that he can grow with the team and continue to be an asset, as opposed to a 27-year-old Yates who's probably peaked at his.
All right, you know what, 12?
And
I'm a man of my word. I'll watch him against Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea are in a weird position right now. So I'm going to be watching that game, and I'm going to be looking at three players. I'm going to be looking at Enzo if he starts. I'm going to be looking at Caicedo. And for Wolves, I'm going to look at Gomez, and I'm going to look at Andre.
Yeah, for Gomez, definitely. João Gomez
and basically, I want to see out of them four, I'm not even doing the Yates thing, but out of them four,
I'm
going to come back to you and say, yo, you're looking at the wrong guy. Or you're looking at the right guy, because if he's what you're saying, he should do a job against Chelsea's midfield.
No, you know why it's difficult for that? It's because one, I put it in the chat too. He's got defensive solidity, passing range is he's got a good passing range, and he's got good work ethic. But what I will say about Andre though is that Wolves don't play the system that they play isn't going to be something where you're going to say, oh, he's able to cook really. Like Caicedo playing in as the 6 and a pivot on a Chelsea team, you can probably see his finer points a lot easier. But in a team like Wolves, they're going to sit back in a low block, if not like a low/mid block, which that you're going to see Wolves do. You're not really going to see a lot of what you're probably expecting to see. He's not going to have the ability to necessarily, cook the way Grab does in a team like Liverpool that is more, front foot setting type team. If he was a part of that type of team, I think you would be able to see those aspects and talent skills be on display. And I'll be as bold as to say, I'd be willing to bet that if you gave Andre the chance versus Yates, yeah, you might be saying.
Do you think would you be crossing out Yates because he's 27?
I would be crossing out Yates at 27 because I don't think there's that much more of a higher ceiling for Yates to ascertain to. I think Yates is a player playing on a good team and in a good system for himself, but I don't think you're also talking about a player that is playing again for a Forest team that's doing well, and he's definitely doing well with them. But if he comes to Liverpool, I don't think he has.
But 12. Once again, this is where you guys keep losing me on this YouTube space.
Wait, yeah, both.
Sorry, Brian, I didn't know what you were saying, but I think that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
you guys keep losing me because you have the same conversation, but then when we should take it and apply it to another player, you're like, no, we're not gonna do that. Bro, Robertson was not our level. No one is gonna tell me Robertson came here and went up a level. Robbo has been the same guy till he fell off. In my mind, he fell off. If he hasn't fallen off yet, that's fine. We don't have to revisit that. But what I'm saying is Robertson never went up a level. So Yates coming to Liverpool, not like I want him to, but just for the conversation. If Yates come to Liverpool, bro, to some, he's going to, he went to Liverpool and went up a level. He'll just be doing the same thing he's doing. Yates' energy and his performance levels right now, if you add that to Liverpool and the run we go on and the run we will be on, a lot of people, bro, his value will go from 50 million to 50. He'll go from 15 to 50 immediately. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of players we like in a lower team, and I'll just say like a lower team. There's a lot of players we like. The minute they come to Anfield and do the same meaty thing that was doing in that team, I'm telling you, the only difference is Yates go on these draws.
What is
Andre go on these losses run? Liverpool, you're on a winning run. When you're on a winning run, bro, even if you're doing the basic in a team that's constantly winning, bro, your value is through the roof. If your name is always associated with a win, bro, you're going to be seen differently. Hendo coming to Liverpool, he didn't win up a level. Wataru didn't win up a level. He just did the same thing he was doing, the same mouthpiece, put that in, run his game, do his best. Huff Puff came off the field. He's just in a winning team now. So for Andre, who'll be going for, relegation battle, to now a winning team, I don't think he'll come here and go up any level. And the reason why I'm saying that, Jones been here for about 7 years. I haven't seen him go up any level. I think as players, you are who you are, and you just run your game. I don't see players going up a level anymore. What's the last player you seen went up a level? You think Gravenberch went up a level? Nah, bro. Gravenberch was a wonder kid at like 16. You just haven't been able to run his game. He's now given the opportunity to run his game. He didn't go up a level. Gravenberch's been doing this since he was 16, bro. You think Mbappe is going to go to Real Madrid and go up a level?
Gravenberch was a wonder kid. I get that. But at Bayern Munich or even at Liverpool with Klopp, he was utilized as being an 8. Slot has at least seen some inspiration to play him as a 6, and I think he's done well enough to shine to the point where he's, in my opinion, I would regard him as one of the best 6s in the Premier League right currently. So that is stepping up your game somewhat, you would say, in that you're playing a position that you normally didn't play. He's all openly said he's never played the 6 before, really, but he's upped his level to be able to perform as a 6, a role that he's never been asked to do before. That's upping your level, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, because I don't think Andre can go up to these levels. I don't want to knock him. Same thing with like Minamino. Like there's some players when they come to Liverpool.
Oh, wow. What is up with Lucky? What is
no. What I'm about to say, no, bro. What I'm saying, it's not a slight. It's not a slight on Minamino. I rate Minamino. I'm just using him as an example to show you. Some people would say Minamino didn't have what it takes, but Minamino's level isn't bad. But when you come to Liverpool, it'll get highlighted. So if you bring Andre in, you're gonna expect him to go up a level. There's no level for him to go up here.
I don't, not even.
So like that's why I use the Robertson example. Robertson never went up a level. So some players will fit in and others won't. And that's just the reality of it. I think a guy like Yates, what he bring, he's more likely to fit in than Andre. And it's what it is.
Yeah, I get you.
What Yates bring, we can use. What Andre bring, I don't know if we can use that, bro, because I don't know if I trust him.
Wow. Okay. I think where we're missing. I think where we're maybe.
I've never rated him before he went to Wolves. That's another thing as well.
Yeah,
I didn't see what the hype.
He was the most. Yeah, I recognize. I mean, even in Brazil, Andre was one of the most important players on their team in bringing them the version of their Champions League in South America. Like as in, he's an important player, and it was important enough that team didn't want to let go of him unless you overwhelmingly overpaid for him. I don't know. I think he brings a lot of. I think there's a lot of good qualities that are being overlooked by the player. That he brings. He's going to bring.
For a year. I've never watched him and went, ooh.
Okay.
Because of you Liverpool fans, and that's why I'm so pissed, and that's why I'm disappointed when you brought his name back up. I followed this team for a year because Liverpool fans keep telling me about this guy, and I've watched. You know how many Fluminense games I've watched? Like I'm not trying to. I won't get the time back. I'm not upset. I did have a few dinners. I did try to enjoy myself outside of just watching the game. Bro, I've watched so many Fluminense games, bro. I've never watched the game and went, ooh, never. And after a year, I was telling Savage, I was so pissed. I was telling Savage, like, yo, I finally unsubscribed from Fluminense thing. Because I would always follow them, and they'll play at some weird times, bro. Some weird times, and thankfully I wasn't working at the time. I was like, oh yeah, let me tune in. Let me just try to enjoy the game. It's football at the end of the day. I don't have any skin in this competition, so let me just enjoy a football game. Bro, I've never left the game like, ooh, Andre, never.
Okay.
So when you bring his name back up, that's why I talk about the high school chick that I wasn't feeling. You're like, yo, I know you wasn't feeling her, but if you seen her now, and I'm like, bro, still doesn't move the needle.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that there was obviously some type of needle move, not necessarily over the line, but there was some type of needle moved at whether it was for Klopp or even when the transition was going, possibly even with Slot, that said that long before Zubi was even really necessarily the name that was the hot piece for us to be moved. He was a player that we were very well interested in. That's why I'm saying. So there had to have been something that he does or something that he has in the numbers and the crunch of the numbers by the administration that said he had something in it. But it's just a name, people. That's all I was putting out there. We're well over time. But yes, it's just a name out there. That's all. It's just a name. Brian, did you want to say anything or bring up anything that you before we end up bringing this episode to a close, before we start talking about Andre or even Yates anymore? It's probably the most Andre or Yates has ever been said in an episode, especially together.
No, I just want to say this has been, I ain't gonna drag it out at the end, but the best part of this stream tonight was Zuby explaining to people the difference between a terranium and a I've forgotten the other one, but that was I mean, you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get that anywhere else. And you got it for free. You got an education on, the difficulties of growing plants indoors and all that. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, Zuby, if you can come back on again and give us a little David Attenborough tour of your little terrarium world there, that'd be awesome.
I see what you men are trying to do. You men are trying to sucker me in, man. Make me fall for more Andre takes in that. Nah, man, I decline. I decline. No, it's good, man. It's only like a fraction of what I do and what I'm into. And as you can see, I'll try to look at things differently. And I'm telling you, 12 man, I went into the bleachers. That's what we call it in Jamaica, the ones without just in the sun. I looked at him from up there. I looked at him from my laptop. I looked at him from the TV. I looked at him from the phone. No matter how I'm looking at this guy, I've never went, ooh.
Okay.
So I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I looked at him from the terrarium, the vivarium, the aquarium.
Yeah.
Everything. Never went, ooh.
That's the vivarium. Yeah.
I got you.
Every time.
JK, is there anything you wanted to bring up before we bounce out?
No, good show, man. Press the like button for my brother. Great to have Zuburi and Gwazi on the show as well, man. We're top of the league, bro. Life is good.
Life is good.
Tell them about that sunshine in the cold, man.
Yeah. Come on out the rain.
And that's the only thing I would say at the end, man. If you're a Liverpool fan, man, there's something that I saw this season that I've never saw under the previous manager, who I won't try to kick his back in. I've never seen as many rival fans showing love. My notification, man, is like, yo, Liverpool game. I hate them, but what can I say? They're good, man. They're good, man. I never was getting this during the other manager. Man was still kicking our back and talking about it's one-off and it's the COVID trophy. This season, I've seen bare rival, man. The only thing they talking about is how good we are. And then when I come into a Liverpool space, not this one, obviously, or this chat, when I come into another Liverpool space, it's bare man complaining and crying. So now I'm watching more rival fan stuff than Liverpool fan stuff, because them men are showing bare love.
It's about time. You know what I mean?
It's about time. What I'm saying is they're showing more love than Liverpool fans.
But that's the trick they're doing, bro. But they're waiting. They're waiting to pounce. Fix up. They're waiting for us to lose, and then they're going to be like vultures. Watch.
That's the standard.
That's what they're doing.
That's the standard.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, man. I don't trust them.
And see, be careful with them fellow Liverpool crocodile contenters, the clickbaiters, yeah? Keep an eye on them. They're all over the place, yeah? The crocodile clickbaiters, yeah? Oh, well, get rid of him. Sell him. Pause. Keep your eye out, Soups. They're around. We see them, and we hear them. I can name names, but we'll speak offline.
Yeah. Let's do that. Milante, so anything you want to say, and we'll let our guests have the final word.
No, that's 100%. Again, once I big up to the Kurd, though, I didn't know he's still alive. I'm glad he's alive and well kicking.
Oh, yeah.
He's been missing for a hot minute, but no, big up Subs, obviously Quasi, obviously, and obviously each of the panel and the chat. And I'm gonna just end it like this: top of the league. We are here to stay. Top of the league, the Darwizzy Nunes way. Top of the league, haters are gonna hate. Top of the league, Liverpool FC will take all the food off the plates. And in the words of Jurgen Klopp, Mr. Klopp Schmeister, boom! Oh, that went boom! You see, Robbie, you see you do this? 2 goals. Oh my God, go! Oh yeah, that was good. Boom! Good night, everyone. Top of the league. Over to you.
Oh man.
You gotta beat
That's
that.
tough. That's tough to follow, Zuby. You want to say something to the people before we bounce out? And
Not
thank you
after
for joining
that.
us tonight.
You
Shout out to
better
Quasi
touch
too,
them
by
back.
the way. Thank you for joining us too, Quasi.
Yeah,
earlier.
big up Quasi every time. Not after that, man. You want something else? Touch that back and then close out.
There you go. There you go. So big up Zuby for definitely joining us. And thank you out there for joining us. It's been a great ride today. Got a chance to kind of chop it up a little bit. Obviously, talk about the two most coveted defensive midfielders out there. One playing for apparently Forest, and the other playing for Wolves.
He's the next peer though. Ryan Yates. He's the next peer though. Get on
There
it.
you go. There you go. But we're gonna have we'll do the ratings tomorrow. We didn't get a chance to do the ratings today, but we'll definitely get the ratings tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah, pretty good.
Hey, it's a good day to be a Red. Big up to each and every one of you. Hope that everyone's doing well, and I hope that you understand the fact that we walk together in this journey. So therefore, keep your heads up and up the Reds every time. Definitely. We'll see you soon, and see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Everything. Take care.